Are we gonna use Yulnir for this? The giant miniature camel who's also rideable.
I would love to see him make a return.
Yep.
He would fight.
Okay.
We almost died in that cave for that son of a fucking bitch. I had no Pokemon, and you ran away from me, and then got possessed.
Addendum, that motherfucker is not rideable.
I was hovering 2 inches over lava on
What
that
are you
motherfucker.
talking about? Taz fucking.
And then I lost my stick! I fucking lost
I was gonna say, like, every single time Yulnir comes out, fucking Dazzle has a PTSD flashback to when he lost his stick.
Yeah, and that fucking sword.
He can drag a motherfucker, but he can't really. He struggles, right? The only reason he could drag you in the lava is because he was manipulating the lava.
Yeah, to stay at a certain point. Yeah. I
Joshua,
lost everything that day.
Joshua, you know how in Minecraft you like put a saddle on a pig and then you put a pig on a fucking fishhook and you ride it? That's what we did, but with this. It's exactly what we did, except with this mint baby camel.
What the fuck did you put in front of the camel?
I forgot what it was. It's like a muffin or something.
Oh my god, what the hell?
I love this bird music in the background. It's very nice. It's very soothing. I feel soothed.
I'm very glad you're enjoying it. It's supposed to be thinking music. Shit, where did I have too many.
Too many tabs.
There's such a thing as too many notes. There's such a thing as too many notes as a DM, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I never really DM'd it. It's
Great!
too many fucking notes.
So you know of 4 things that Dimitri knows how to do. He
No, I
demonstrated
don't.
the ability.
Oh, okay. You're gonna say it.
I'm reminding you because you had a demonstration.
Apologies.
For your characters, this happened very recently, so you guys remember very vividly. But as a like time dilation here for you, the conversation with Dimitri and the Forge Master, for your character's perspective, because last session wasn't totally canon. That conversation probably happened less than an hour ago for your characters. So
Yes.
you know he has the ability to have great control over the foliage around himself. You know he has the ability to project the leaves from his back as very dangerous projectiles. You know that he has the ability to heal natural things very quickly and heal living things in general nearly as fast. And you know he has the ability to take an awful lot of damage for a short amount of time. These are the things that he's shown you.
So he's a good all-arounder. Cool.
Dimitri can do a lot of things if you're willing to be creative with him.
Are we only allowed to use one Pokemon?
No, we have 4 Pokemon we can use.
We're just saying figure
So,
it out.
no. Only if you manage to get yourself into combat. If you manage to get yourself into combat, we're operating under the new operandum that all of your Pokemon, save for the one which you will it to be, are retrieved.
Right, okay.
Right, but okay, yeah, out of combat we can use whatever we're doing, yeah. Cool.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Out of combat, your team can be whatever they want to be.
Instead of that in like a real life situation. They're all like, nope, I ain't fighting this, and they'll just take off into the Pokeballs, and now you're left 1v10.
It's more like involuntary retrieval.
Right. Yeah.
Think about it it's like a what do you call it? Like a fundamental of the universe around you.
Yeah,
That the Pokeballs will only allow one active combatant at a time.
Okay, so Dimitri's moves, great control of foliage around him, or fauna around him. Uses leaves on
Correct.
back as projectile, so magical leaf or razor leaf. Heals things from nature, and so he can heal things from nature and people, or just other living things. And he can be tanky for a short period of time. Interesting.
Correct.
I don't know how stealthy of a mission we can make this. I'm assuming not at all.
Let's not try.
What's everyone's dexterity?
My dex is for stealth +2.
Me too.
I have. If we're going to do this as a stealth mission, I have a rules vote for us because we haven't ever had to use this rule before. But I would like to establish which method of gameplay you guys prefer.
So, not gonna lie, I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks. Dimitri's a very slow Pokemon. He's not a very quick guy. So if we have him on like the outskirts and then do a Maleficent moment and have him build like a wall of like vines, and then
He's a guardian.
I can have.
Quick.
Okay.
Cool.
And then I could have Nugget build holes on the other sides of those vines. And if we are able to, we can run away that way, or we could use some of our Pokemon as transport for them.
Very true.
Does that make sense? And then that would also work.
What a plan. What a plan. I like it.
Because I could go into Phoenix time, and Tazo can go into bird mode, and I can carry him because he's weightless pretty much.
Yeah.
We could do it that way.
Carry both of them.
I could carry both Jerry and Tazzle.
I like your plan. I do. I like it.
So we're making.
I am waiting for information or opinions from either of the other members of the team.
Phil's already left.
Yeah. So who else? Who would like to weigh in on Kennedy's plan here? She's just giving it some thought.
All right. So let's draw this out. So
This is coming from Kendra to Tazzle and Jerry, not Kennedy to you two.
So let's draw it off in the dirt here.
Okay, draw it off in the dirt. Let me explain this slower.
So show the
You guys can doodle, you know it.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. I forgot I could doodle. Oh, this is gonna be so nice.
Yeah, you guys can grab the draw tool and doodle it to your heart's content. Let's say you're drawing in the dirt.
Okay.
All right, that's too many. That's too much doodling.
Say the house.
How do I get rid of them?
The house. That's not a house. The house is there. Okay. Say this is our goal house. Okay. We all know that there's a perimeter with like gates and shit around, so we can station ourselves here. We'll have Dimitri wait outside. As we go to the house, he can do like a Maleficent wall of thorns around. Right. While this is going on, I will also have Nugget place holes on the other side of that barrier. So that way, if they break through the thorn barrier, they also have a chance of tripping and breaking their ankles. So slow them down. And then we can use our Pokemon, thinking mostly of our feathered, dual-headed friend, to book it the fuck out with some of the people. I can be up above as we fly away. I can't draw for shit. With two little companions. Yes.
I can tell.
with
I don't know.
I think this is no duo.
Look at those beaks. It's looking
Yes.
very straight up. I know it.
and then this is me, and I can fly
What the
and grab
fuck?
Tazzle and Jerry. I don't know how to delete this.
Now you're the pelican thing. Whatever Pokemon that was. That pelican bird.
How do I? Oh, like that. Okay.
Yeah, you can just drag and highlight your own stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you guys delete?
So
I can't do that as the DM because I'll delete everything.
So, but yeah, as the Wall of Thorns
That's the
go
plan.
up, we can have the family, and Mr. M and his family mount up. It's not the plan finalized. Have them mount up, and we can take them to Orboro. Yeah, and then once we get to Orboro, we can call the Forge Master back because he'd need to get back Dimitri so they can go and continue training, and he can drop us off in Floroma. Ah!
What a wonderful. What a wonderful.
The Forge Master's dropping us off back in Floroma?
Well, you said you wanted to go to Floroma, so I want to make sure that happens because you were unconscious and dying last time you were there, my friend.
Yes.
So I figured it would be a great idea.
Yeah. I agree. I like this.
And good plan, great plan.
So who are we using that is capable of being ridden? How tall? This is going to be so funny if this Pokemon is rideable.
So to tell you if your Pokemon is rideable, it's based on their size.
What's his moving speed?
So who are you curious? Who are you curious about?
It is a secret. It's a secret.
Well, it can't be a secret because if you can't ride him, I don't want to spoil your whole plan.
It's just, I think it's medium.
I just Googled. He is 4'11". He's 5 feet tall, so he can carry a child.
I fit.
He could carry a child. Okay, I would say that's fair because children are small and he's a medium creature. So yeah, he could carry. The rule is they have to be one size bigger than you to carry you. So yeah, that will work. He could carry a child, but not an adult.
How fast is he? Okay, his human speed.
We're considered medium or small? We're medium.
You guys are considered medium.
Right, that's what I figured. That's normal.
Yeah. So you need a creature considered large to be. You need either a creature considered large or you need a creature who is medium but suited for mount, which also exists.
Right.
Magical gods above. Magical gods above. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be wrong. Does it's Mr. M's family contains himself, his wife, and 1 or 2 children. I do not remember.
There is but the one child.
There is but the one, so we only need to get out 3.
A daughter. There is a daughter.
Okay, so this is potential. We have potential for this one. This is gonna be fucking
And to answer
funny.
your question, Tassel, yes, Jerry.
He's considered small.
To answer your question, yes, Jerry is considered small.
I'm bite size. Lovable.
Which is why he's allowed to ride Asmodeus.
Would you think I should bring Greywind as a mount for somebody? Are we only getting out? We're only getting out his people, right? His family right now, right?
Yeah. But he's spread the word. He's had enough time.
Right, and he can later he can make the
I think
connection as an underground.
I don't. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying he could be out and
I don't-
off the underground stuff, but you're good. Keep going.
This is a mess.
True. I was gonna say I don't think Mighty Ann is big enough to act as a mount.
Okay, that's what I'd have to look it up, but yeah, I think he's medium. Maybe he's small. I can look though.
Wait, how many calls do you have
He's
right
considered small in the book here.
Yeah, he's small.
We're after long rest, so he's got maximum charges.
He was able to. You're saying he
now? That's enough for
guys-
two. That's enough for 2 adults, and if the smiled child goes on meep beep, I could carry the rest of us out of there,
Yeah, my
and we
unit's
can
not-
hail fire from above and make sure Dimitri gets out.
That actually reminds me, our starting spot. We're not in the city right now, right? We're in the woods still.
We're outside of it.
Correct. You're outside the gate into the woods.
Gotcha. Okay.
Where the fuck is this movement speed? Am I blind? Oh, it's 30.
It is roughly, timing-wise, too. It is the afternoon, timing-wise.
Okay, we're right on time.
If you're not sure,
Um,
check with the book too. If you have the book list, because sometimes the book will be slightly different than others. Like
You mean in
Okay.
terms of
certain things, like
size?
size and stuff. Yeah. Because remember we were looking at the Viper. What the hell is his name? The poison dude. And I think in the other thing it said he was small or something, but in the book he was actually large. He ended up being like 9 feet tall. 9 feet long.
What do you know?
Yeah, I oftentimes I will see the classification that's in the cheat sheet, but then I'll just check their Bulbapedia entry to see if that's true.
Yeah.
Often how I go about it.
Yeah, it's a Viper. That's it. He's 8 feet,
Oh.
almost 9 feet
I
long.
could have sworn Mighty Anna was Gen
He's
2.
3. He's 3 because I got him in well, at least I got him in early.
Gen
Emerald.
3.
Remember I got
Hunter.
him in early Emerald, I was excited. Named him something. I named him. I don't remember.
Hunter, if I use...
No, it's 2-6. What?
If I use confusion on a person not to harm them, but to make it
Go ahead.
confused, is that considered an attack? To discombobulate them and
Yes.
think, hey, this person is another person.
There's a psychic attack.
Okay.
Real quick, this sort
Well,
of.
that
plays
depends,
into
actually. You know what? I'll say it depends. What?
I'm not trying to harm them, but I'm just like, oh, they went that way. No, they went that way. Oh, shit, no. Where'd they go?
Well, stuff like that is tricky because if they don't, because technically it is an attack, but it won't initiate combat unless they know you did it.
Go outside. Pokemon Cloud and Soil.
She's talking about using psychic attacks.
Can I use Icy Wind to freeze the floor?
To fleas the floor. Yeah.
To fleas it.
Shut up. To freeze the floor.
I'm going to say yes. You can freeze the floor with Icy Wind.
Yes. I'm
Real
trying
quick,
to use Pokemon that I...
Provided that there is moisture.
Bro, look at this fucking lady.
Good thing I got Water Sport. Let's go.
What is
Provided that there is moisture there to freeze.
Is Pokemon Cloud and Soil legitimate something?
No.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Are
Well,
we
just like
cool with the plan so far? Okay, that's
those
dope.
Lady
What is
Annas,
that?
though. Poochyena champion. I don't know what a
That's really
Champiana
cool.
was. Looks badass as hell. I love that color. This color. What? Oh.
That's dope. That's dope. So what do we think of the plan so far? Plan good? Yeah or nay?
good.
Or okay,
Plan
okay.
is good.
My
are we gonna
next
have-
question.
Wait. I have a question about the plan, real quick.
Yep.
Are we entering the town before we begin this, or is this all happening outside the town?
We have to if we're gonna switch out our Pokemon for this plan. If you would like to keep the Pokemon you have, that's fine. But
Okay.
I'm just saying,
I'm
the
gonna look at
team I have right now is less than ideal.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to find something that's utility based if I can, depending on what's happening.
I only ask if we're going to enter the town before we begin our assaults, because the follow-up question I have is there gasoline in the world of Pokemon? This is
Yes.
important to my... There is. Okay.
Okay, Jerry, this is a get out situation. We're not gonna try and kill anybody right now. Okay?
We're not, However, I have a trash bag, a pipe, and a candle Pokemon.
True.
I have plans.
Another thing that could happen is, first I should ask, Tazzle, are you comfortable using both of your calls to get Mr. M and his wife out?
Yeah, I already pre-planned that, yeah.
Okay. We technically don't have to switch for you to get Meep Beep if Jerry goes and rides on Dimitri. So
Can indeed do this.
Jerry and Asmodeus can protect Dimitri as we head over to Orboro, or at least make sure that they get to the Thunder Mountains. And then I can carry the little girl and you still, because she is still small and you are non-existent weight-wise.
Thanks.
Yes.
I return.
Sounds fun.
So that is also an option that leads to us not having to switch out Pokemon.
What did I miss?
I was saying that another thing that we could do is that instead of carrying Jerry, I carry the little girl. That way we don't have to switch out Pokemon. And so I will carry the little girl and Tazzle, and then Jerry and Asmodeus and his Pokemon can protect Dimitri as they head to the Thunder Mountains, or whatever it's officially called.
It is Mount Coronet.
Mount Coronet, yeah.
Small bit of good news there. Good. Very good.
Just so that way we know and can make sure that Dimitri is safe with his slightly slower self.
You know what? I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to offer that as a DM hint because I don't want to. I don't want to unless it's asked for.
That scares me.
I don't want to. I live in Deadpool again. I don't want to.
You know,
Hunter,
okay,
that scares me. You're scaring me right now.
well, group vote. Yes or no? I need a yes or no from each of the.
What, for a DM hint on our next session?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yes.
That's a no.
Yes.
Don't do it. Nope. Nope.
God damn it.
We got 2 no's, so I'm not even going to say what I was going to say.
You gotta
There we go.
malverse the shit out of us.
Make me cry. That's the goal.
It's not.
Unless it's like
It's
an
not a
obvious thing that you.
So it's more just like a hint for your planning here. So sort of like how to work things out. It's not related to how the mission's going to go down.
Oh, damn.
You know what? Actually,
You don't want us to accidentally fail because we're idiots.
Because it's not a spoiler, I'm going to say, you know what? It should be okay to say. It's related to what you were saying, Kendra. I will say, and this is important because it helps know power scaling about what's going on here. Dimitri is slower than all of you, but he's in a lot less danger than all of you. Let's say that.
Yes, but I still don't want to leave him behind and Team Void collect a fucking Guardian.
So that was all I'm going to say. I'm going to word it exactly like that. He may be slower than you, but he's in a lot less danger than you. That's my moment.
Is it Dimitri able to use more than one move at the same time?
The laws of this land require that I answer no.
Damn it. Touche, bastard. Okay. So, any critiques, any remarks, any concerns? Give me something, gentlemen, please, for fuck's sake.
First concern is
There's
this
also-
void compound area, a city filled with who knows what.
Aside from, the obvious, this is going to be a clusterfuck, the plan sounds pretty solid.
Yep. So we're going in the dead of night anyway, and they know that. We know where they live. So, yeah.
Let's go.
Alright, let's figure out what Pokemon we're using.
Yeah. Are we going to use the same Pokemon? Are we going into the depths of hell first?
Depths of hell.
And switching Pokemon? Or are we not switching Pokemon, so that way Tazzle doesn't have to get Meep Beep. Which plan do you want to go with? Do you want Jerry to protect Dimitri and I carry the little girl and Tazzle while the parents get drifted off with the two called birds? That plan allows us to not have to switch Pokemon. Or do you want to switch Pokemon and use Meep Beep? And I just carry both of you.
I can switch and get Meep Beep out. I was thinking of getting him out.
Which brings up my next question. Are we going to be disguising ourselves for this mission?
I'm gonna say no. Oh, actually, wait. What cons comes with disguising ourselves first?
Cons comes with disguising ourselves? Absolutely nothing. Except that we get found out and we can get tracked down because we know who people are. It also means that we can no longer sneak into places because they know that we would be a part of the rebellion against the Void, and therefore we will not be let into any other secret top organizations like this again.
That's if we disguise ourselves. If we don't disguise ourselves, the same result happens, though, right?
No, that's for, you said cons. That is the cons to if we do not disguise ourselves.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the cons of disguising ourselves. There aren't any, are there?
The cons to if we do not disguise, to if we do disguise ourselves? No, there are no cons, I would say.
Alright, then yeah, let's do that. Let's disguise ourselves.
Okay. I'll just use a piece of cloth instead of going and get Salem. I don't want him to put a fucking traumatic experience again.
Let's see.
So another idea I had is that while Nugget is gonna make the holes.
So speak. We're gonna take. I'd say take some take a couple heavy hitters along with some utility.
In case things get hairy.
Yeah.
So we want to switch some shit out.
Take at least one or two top. So yeah, and then have a couple utility of whatever you think. If they have to bash a door, if they gotta sneak through, dig, whatever you want to do.
Okay. I definitely want to take Nugget to dig holes. I will take out Thickman Jones so he can do water sport and then freeze the ground after the holes. So that way it's give him some space, some time.
He's fucking Frozone.
Frozone. Next time I get an ice type, I need a fucking Frozone.
I think he's the only one I have that's an ice type too, or gonna be an ice type.
And so I'll take those guys out. We can have Dimitri make us some leafy green masks. Everyone put your void jackets away, I would suggest, because even though they know that we're a part of it, it's best to, so keep it in disguise a little bit.
They're gonna look at us weird when we walk in.
I don't think you're gonna be wearing them the whole time.
Yeah, no, we won't be wearing them the time.
Alright. Yeah, it works.
That said, Dimitri is listening and will produce for you three unique masks that resemble, if you understand this reference, they're like different versions of the Korok masks from Zelda.
Nice.
They're essentially just big-ass leaves with different patterns carved into them, different shapes.
I like it.
I love that stuff.
Green Korok mask.
This is good.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So we all have our masks. We'll not use these yet. Boys. Ooh, what fire types should I use for this? Now I'll keep firebolt. For heavy hitter stuff.
Unless
And then
unless you want to use slugma if you're melting something. Like you need be, I don't know.
yeah, but firebolts.
It's not really a jailbreak,
Got-
correct?
Yeah, no, it's not really jailbreak. They're in a house. It's more of a get in, get out situation. And then, boys,
We're doing
I
this
think
at
it's
night, correct?
time. Yeah, I think it's time to bring back the almighty D.
The almighty what?
The D.
They know who it is. They know who I'm talking.
Give it to me.
I think it's time, don't you think, boys?
You know,
It's the D.
I think it's time. This motherfucker.
I'm so concerned.
Do you want me to use a less glowy fire type for this?
Oh yeah.
Not exactly stealth oriented, right?
Yeah. Get the flaming tail. I mean, yeah, actually that might be a good idea. What do you got? Your Houndour or your Houndour?
So here are my options, boys. There's Firebolt. I have my Cyndaquil, my 2 Houndours, Azula, my Panseer. I have Soul, my Fletchling, but it's not really a fire type right now.
Yeah.
I got Volcan, the Slugma. Yolnir, the not Camerupt, fucking
you wanted it so bad. You haven't even used
this one.
Use him. You haven't even used him. You haven't used him since I rode him across the lava.
The lava. We have Chimchar.
These two flaming.
New Seraphina.
Oh shit.
And
so many
Ember Dog.
fires. I'd say you're goofy, buddy.
Red Puppy!
Red Puppy. Are we gonna use Yolnir for this? The giant miniature camel who is also rideable.
Yeah, I would love to
Yes.
see him make a return.
Yep.
He would fight. You were.
Okay.
We almost died in that cave for that son of a fucking bitch. I had no Pokemon, and you ran away from me, and then got possessed.
Addendum, that motherfucker is not rideable.
I was hovering 2 inches over lava on
What are,
that
you talking,
motherfucker.
what are you talking about? That's fucking.
And then I lost my stick!
I was gonna say.
I
I was gonna say, like every single time
everything.
Yolnir comes out. Every single time Yolnir comes out, fucking Dazzle has a PTSD flashback to when he lost his stick.
Yeah, well, and that fucking sword.
He can drag a motherfucker, but he can't really. He struggles, right? The only reason he could drag you in the lava is because he was manipulating the lava.
Yeah, to stay
Oh,
at a certain point. Yeah. I lost
Joshua, you know
everything that day.
Joshua, you know how in Minecraft you like put a saddle on a pig and then you put a pig on a fucking fishhook and you ride it? That's what we did, but with this.
Can you do that?
It's exactly what we did, except with this mint baby camel.
What the fuck did you put in front of the camel?
I forgot what it was. It's like a muffin or something. Okay. Just let me confirm something. As I will take out my my Porygon pager, my Porygon phone, and I will text Mr. M to confirm that he is ready.
All right. You wait just a moment for an answer from Mr. M before you get a reply in which he just says, I guess.
I will reply, okay, on our way now. And then I will look at Dimitri, and I will give him a nod, and be like, commence the plan.
Okay. He goes, okay. So we're just gonna make a wall around the tower so they can't come out. That right?
Yeah.
Okay. You should probably stand back a little. Especially the crown.
Okay. Cash.
As Tazzle proceeds to not listen to him.
Sorry, I'm I'm looking at abilities. Ballin'.
I see. Okay. Dimitri takes a moment to plant 2 of his feet into the dirt, and you can see both the bushes on his back start to glow. And he goes, "This is called frenzy plant." And things in the night go from quiet to nearing levels of rumbling that you would suspect an earthquake to be happening very quickly. As these massive thorned vines form at least a 30-foot, to a human, probably impenetrable wall in front of the Void headquarters.
Oh, nice.
They are strong enough that they maul the concrete on their way up.
That's awesome.
And thick enough that you can only hardly see through them.
Can't remember the spell, but that's an actual druid spell too. It's like Vine Wall.
It is a form of that. So he goes, "Okay, that's my frenzy plant. But I think people probably heard that. You got 10 minutes.
Excellent.
Go, go, go! I'm gonna I'm gonna probably do my bird form. I'm gonna change to that now.
Okay. That is absolutely acceptable. All right, so I'm starting the timer. I'm doing an IRL timer of an undisclosed amount of time before the shield wall goes down.
Okay.
I will tell Atticus to perch up somewhere and do a lookout.
I'm gonna I'm gonna produce Nevi, and I'm gonna produce Thickman Jones. I'll look over and yell, "Tazzle!"
Yes.
And as I scream that, I'll be like, "Produce the crab!"
The crab? Alright.
And then as I'm saying that, I'm throwing chucks to make Nevi go and eat them, because I know Diglets like food.
Yes, indeed. All right. So Diglett produces, unintentionally, a large swath of gopher holes. Ding, 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 as he's just popping up rapidly. Jerry, being your first time ever seeing this gopher-like creature, you are amazed that he is able to transport himself between points in the ground. What feels instantaneously. He digs at incredible speed. Look at the look. So there is a plethora of gopher holes on the other side of the wall for once it is breached. I'll just draw a semblance of gopher holes here in about.
As soon as he's done, I'm going to pocket him.
Okay.
While this is happening, Jerry's gonna poof into a smoke form.
Okay.
As that is happening, I'm going. Fuck. Oh yeah. We'll have Yulnir and Dave over there on standby.
Dave. He just wanders off. Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
Dave should be a little bit, or maybe not. Maybe not.
Dave should be what?
A little bit bigger.
I would think Dave would be bigger.
He's still a medium. He's still a medium creature. Remember, Beldam was very small, and he's just 2 Beldams that fused.
Fair enough. And then I'll be like, Tazzle, water.
That said,
and I will.
Dave recall. He says this is his first time being out in a while. Dave has grown psychically strong enough that he attempts to talk to you. He goes, it's very faint, like a whisper in the back of your head, but you can hear a voice that says, Kendra, what's the plan?
I will flash images in my mind and push them towards Dave. to communicate with him.
His eyes glow in a vibrant pink for a moment, and he goes, "Okay, I'll wait here."
And I'll just turn my head over my shoulder. Like, I missed you.
You get a nod from him as he proceeds to float over, sort of across from Yulnir, or not Mjolnir, sorry, Yulnir, just nearby. Kind of keep an eye on him as well. Jerry,
Basil,
what do
you
you do?
produce the water?
Yeah.
Somebody get the family!
Produce the water? Yeah, I can produce some damn waters. Where do you want me to put it?
Ah, fuck, you can't see my point. Fucking
Hold your mouse button down in one spot. You can do a ping. Like this.
Where that red square is? Yeah,
Alright,
all of that.
Go use a
So,
thing. So I'll have them. We'll run over here a little bit, and I'll have them stand in the end. Wait.
And as that's going on, I'll yell over to Jerry and I'll go get the family!
Can he bubble beam in the line?
He absolutely can. That is exactly what Bullbeam is.
Just gonna laser this fucking.
Alright, so he produces a line of water.
Yeah.
Upon hearing this, Jerry and Asmodeus are going to start to hurriedly float / jog on over towards the family to escort them over.
Worth noting, Asmodeus does not possess the ability to become intangible.
This is true. Asmodeus is going to stay put. Jerry is, in his alarming looks, are going to go try to soothe the family into coming out.
Oh.
Okay. Jerry, you smoke your way through the traps and into the living quarters. You are met, I don't have a good sprite for him, but you are met with a man with a very worried look on his face and I'm reusing sprites, don't judge me. A man with a very worried look on his face and a daughter and wife figure standing behind him in the doorway.
Alright. Jerry is going to exit smoke form. Take a swig of whiskey while holding the axe and say, "Come with me if you want to live." And then poof back into smoke form.
Alright. Mr. M is going to grab his daughter in one arm, his wife in the other, and sort of usher them out. Jerry, you now have them both outside in front of the barrier.
Riker, easy. That's
What do you do from here?
Tazzle, quick reminder, how are we getting them over the barrier?
call the birds.
Yeah, I can call my birds over. Am I? Yeah, I'll call the birds over. Do I have to be over there for them? I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I'll use.
Just send them over.
I'll use both of my call of the wild.
Roll me 2d4. Okay. At first, an enormous Furo, followed by a regional native, a well overgrown star raptor.
Oh yes. So cool. And I'll tell him, can you take these guys to Orboro? Orboro, right? That's where we're
Yeah, Orboro, yeah.
And I'll get as close to the vine wall as I can and tell him.
The two adults.
It's the two, the man, the woman, and the daughter. If you guys can.
Well, I'll take that.
And I'll feed
They
them
can't carry them.
some bug jerky.
They accept your treat, though they give you the implication that they were willing to do what you asked anyway.
I know, but they're
The
nice.
Furo swoops over first, grabs in one arm the wife and in one arm the daughter, and hoists the daughter up onto his back, and he takes off.
Oh, he can carry two. Okay.
And Mr. M is about to be grabbed by the Star Raptor, and then he pats the thing on the wing and goes, "Wait." He grabs a Pokeball and he throws out his partner, and he says, "I want you to help them however you can, and then recall to me when you're ready."
What is that thing?
Kendra's gonna shout over the fence and be like, "We're leaving as soon as you."
Wait. Jerry's gonna say, "Put that back," because that we can't get that over the wall.
The creature in front of you, hearing that mention, goes, "Hey!" And he puts two hands on the ground and leaves these giant handprints in the ground and hoists himself up over the wall.
Holy shit.
Jerry's just gonna look at Mr. M in shock and just say, "Well, fuck me then." Empty the bottle of whiskey and then disappear into smoke.
I've never seen this thing, but I like it.
And then he will allow himself to be carried off by the Star Raptor.
Okay.
The ground in front of the thing is soaked after dozens of bubbles. Bubble beams just all over the place.
Thickman Jones is gonna use an icy wind. Create ice. Obviously.
Wow.
Icy wind. Icy
Magic.
wind over the top of this now very damp ground will create a layer of almost impassable ice. Very, very difficult terrain.
Kendra is gonna turn Tazzle and Jerry. She's gonna disappear for a second. She's gonna reappear. Shit, it's not working.
What did you want to do? Because you are a different sprite. Oh, you are a different sprite now. What's the problem?
It's not working.
What's not working?
It has no health or anything, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah, your health and shit has not been updated on this particular sprite, it looks like.
I don't know
Is
how
this
to
one of
do
the ones? Is this one of the AI ones?
Just enter it what it is. Yeah, because it's one of the AI ones, that's why. Enter it what it's supposed to be and I'll click save.
That looks awesome.
Yes. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Unforgivable. How could you?
I was trying to make one for Tazzle.
Okay.
Some of them don't come out very good. Some of them are good, and some are like, not good enough.
It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, it's about a 50-50 on if you get a monster or something that looks pretty cool.
I hate the ones that look good, and then all of a sudden they have like a fucking derped eye or part of their face is just mismade.
Yeah,
So-
use
Yeah, you can't really see it, unfortunately. Actually,
What are you trying to see?
the photo. You'd have to zoom in a lot to see it.
Yeah, you do have to zoom in to get a good look at it.
Anyway.
But if you do zoom in, the detail is there.
Yeah, it is. It looks
No, it's a good sprite.
Anyway.
So, Kendra reappears. Blazing wings, now emitting a considerable amount of light into the darkness.
Right.
I will recall Thickman Jones. And I will grab Tazzle.
At this point, you hear a very loud alarm begin to sound. And Dimitri goes, "I think they know we're here."
Can
I'll
I guess
feel like-
for myself?
We need to... It's going to be like, we need to get out of here, recall your Pokemon.
Can Atticus or something look and see if there's a direction where he sees people coming from?
Yeah, he can make a perception.
Or at least the
Go for it.
most people.
Let's see how many people he sees or where he sees them and whatnot.
Wisdom. Sure, okay, so how's my rolling? 20 plus 3. I guess I'll roll this tab.
Ah!
That would be it. With all the
Okay.
shit flying around.
There is too much commotion for Atticus to focus on any one thing, and all he can give you for input when you ask where they're coming from is, and he's kind of like darting his head around, like.
He gets spooked by this dude jumping over the wall and smashing into the ground.
Hey.
Fuck. All right. Well, that's what I was hoping I wouldn't roll, but that's okay, I guess. That's all right, Atticus. You beat the grass gym. Don't feel bad. All right. Moving
But yeah,
on, I
again,
guess.
Kendra will grab Tazzle, look in Jerry, and be like, "Let's go! Call your Pokemon!"
All right, I'll call
Jesus.
Atticus back. Oh no, it's my Pokeball. I'll have
All right. It is at this point
I'll call Culture Lane back because he's kind of slow.
that you begin to hear footsteps.
Cherry, let's move.
And the more perceptive, including Atticus and Tazzle, Dimitri will take a little while longer, but his tremor sense will eventually teach this is what's happening. There is a huge division of soldiers having been summoned to close off the street behind you.
This is where the gas would have been helpful.
Essentially, a platoon worth of soldiers are on their way down the road.
Out of curiosity, how much given whiskey can I have at any point?
Not more than one bottle.
They seem to.
I can fuck one of them up.
I can fuck one of them up. He's like, I'm gonna bed this ass in your fucking face.
So, wait, as Jerry's seeing this platoon coming into view, he's going to take out his trash bag and his pipe and fill the trash bag with that bottle of whiskey, and then hold the end of that trash bag, wrap it tightly around the end of the pipe. All he needs is a light at the end, and he's got a one-shot flamethrower.
Oh.
That's gonna act like more of a one-use pipe bomb than a flamethrower, but we'll work with it.
Just thinking ahead.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Alright. So, they seem to be lining up. Anybody want to do anything with it? Line? I mean, I don't know.
Tazzle has used his advanced perception to let you guys know that you are beginning to become surrounded.
Well, they know we're here.
We need to move. We need to make, I don't know, an ice line so they trip over it. I don't know, something.
At this point,
slide.
It becomes obvious to all of you that there are grunts on the other side of Dimitri's wall with their Pokemon just hammering on the wall to break it down.
Where are our escape routes? Are they behind?
Did you plan your escape routes?
Kendra, this was your plan.
Kendra, can you light that wall on fire?
Actually, the wall's kind of helping us out. It would be easier to move through the other side.
I know, but they would be, I don't say blinded by the light, but they wouldn't want to be hitting a flaming wall. They couldn't attack it depending on what Pokemon, what they're doing.
Oh,
And the overwhelming heat.
if Kendra can light my bag of whiskey on fire, we can throw it at a weak point. And
I didn't realize it was me. I didn't realize I was talking. I was gonna say, Jerry, throw the alcohol. I'll dive bomb and light it on fire. Grab Tazzle on my way back, and we fuck out. Yeah.
There we go. And well, if you grab Tazzle, I'm impervious to physical attacks in smoke form. So yeah. All right. Jerry's gonna chuck the bag of gas.
All right. The Hariyama, by the way, at this point, sees that you guys are being surrounded. And he goes, "Oh!" And he tries to give you the motion. He pounds his chest, and he dives toward the end of the street. And you can hear at least a chunk of the soldiers just get bowling balled out of the way as he seems to take a division of them off.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait.
Jerry, just make all of this alcohol all of this. You see this? You see this? Yes. You see this? Make that a line of fucking alcohol, and I'll fucking blow it up. I'll make it fucking fire. Do it.
Motherfucker, I'm trying to throw it. What do I need to roll to throw?
At a 30-foot wall of vines, you need to roll nothing and just tell me that you have consumed your bottle of alcohol.
I think it's so big.
Oh no, wait.
Yeah,
We're not
It's
throwing
not the
it wrong.
vines. It's
We're throwing it the
here.
other way. Yeah. We're throwing it the
Oh,
we're torching.
are you
living
aiming at anything in particular?
Just the ground.
Then you simply throw it.
Bro,
Make me a strength check to see how far this
All right.
bottle goes.
Give me un momento.
Actually, I'll actually bring.
Oh shit! It's been a sec. Hang on. I gotta pull up my my character sheet for my strength. Oh shit! I'm strong as fuck. All right, cool. A sec. Stronger than my Pokemon. God damn it!
All right, well,
you say as you fail.
Jerry succeeds in throwing this bottle a whole 6 feet in front of him.
New plan. Kendra's gonna turn to Tazzle. She's gonna be like, hold on and recall your Pokeball. She's gonna grab him.
Yeah, throw
And then we're gonna take off. And as I pass over the green wall, actually, no, I'm not gonna fire because
fly.
She
I
can
can fly.
glide very temporarily, but it eats her Phoenix time very quickly.
I can glide too.
I can fly.
I can kind of float easy too. Kendra, you're gonna have to toss me.
Toss me. My guy.
Toss me
You
with
don't
that
need
massive
to.
ring
We're just
strength you
gonna
have.
take off.
I shan't be said it again. Toss.
Toss me. Just don't.
Can we fucking
Tell
get
him.
out of here, please?
Just don't tell Jerry.
Tazzle, recall Atticus and fucking Chulan. Please.
Kendra.
Side
You
note.
don't leave.
Lane?
him.
Yeah, right.
Hey, how far can the Pokemon that Mr. M left? Can he chuck people?
He can, but he's very busy.
He's probably
gotcha,
heavy
okay.
as fuck, isn't he?
He is quite a big boy.
How many soldiers?
Fucking go.
Let's
I mean,
get
he's
out of
currently boxing with about 8 fully grown men at once, so
How many are left?
a lot.
Okay,
He's made an
so-
opening, but not clear a whole path.
Oh, okay,
Right?
before we head out, though,
We'll go that way.
as I'm right
We just-
before I'm gonna call back, fortunately what I'm gonna probably do with him, because he's gonna be raged because he's finally out with these motherfuckers.
Sure.
Roll a d4.
Roll a d4.
What is he rolling
Oh, see
for?
what he's gonna do? Nah,
To see what
Oh.
he's gonna do.
he's kind of under control now. How many does he fight? He's got 4. Okay, 8 people. So he will. He wants to help this guy out, so he kind of wants. I'm thinking a swift attack. Can I?
Don't help them. Don't help the Hariyama. Make sure these guys are.
Chloe.
It is at this point you start to hear pieces of the vines come down, and people start trying to come through, but they get stuck in gopher holes and are getting caught up in vines and shit.
Time to go.
Okay, well, Tazzle, if you're gonna do something, you better fucking do it.
4 projectiles, level 5. Okay.
To see a mysterious woman with her hand outstretched, finger tracing the line where the red beam just went.
Time to go. I'm gonna grab Tazzle and I'm gonna leave now. Without any protests. We're fucking leaving. Deal with it, both of you. We're leaving. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're leaving.
No. Wait. Can they leave and I try?
Jerry, no, Jerry, no ifs, ands, or buts. We're fucking leaving.
Can I attempt to make maybe a perception and then, depending on how that goes, a history check to see if I know who this person is?
You may.
In a
As-
split second.
as she's
In a
moving
split
me.
second, because we're leaving.
Yeah, because as she's picking me up, I'm just looking around as usual. So,
You may. Okay. You do not know her, nor have you ever seen her before.
okay.
Kendra, you and Tazzle will both notice. She goes to point her entire palm in your direction, seemingly readying a much more severe version of that attack. And right as that attack releases, a character that both of you do recognize if you make me perception and or history. Let's see.
Nice. Double rolls.
You remember this person immediately. Kendra, do you?
History.
Oh, yeah, you both remember. A very athletic individual with bright silver hair kicks her arm out of the way and seems to be actively preventing her from being able to point her arms in your direction.
He's alive!
We never looked for him. He's like,
You can see as in the first time that you guys, it's only a split second, but in the first times you've ever seen him fight, the two of them are going at it very quickly as she's actively trying to get on target and he is actively preventing this. His arms seem to leave like flows of water behind them as he moves. And he is making thunderous cracks every time he makes contact with one of her arms. He's only able to look away from her long enough to give the two of you just a wink before he kind of shoos you off.
That's all I need. Fucking, we're leaving. We are leaving. Get the fuck out of here. As we're leaving, Hunter, I'm gonna whistle out of character. Out of character, Hariyama. I'm gonna whistle over to that, out of character. In character, the giant sumo wrestling man. And I'm gonna whistle just to like indicate that we're leaving and that he can return himself to the Pokeball if he wishes.
You can see he hears you talking, and you can see the last thing he does is he pushes both of his giant palms out, and a concuss of air knocks the 8 people he's battling to the ground, and then he slams his fist together and he's deatomized into red light.
Well, all right.
Great. As we're leaving. Lovely.
So these 8 are essentially taken out of the equation. Jerry, you do not recognize the person who just saved Kendra and Tazzle, but you recognize that he is actively continuing to save them.
Jerry's impervious when he's in smoke form. He's gonna go try to help. No, don't stay for me.
I'm pretty sure her laser.
Not now. Not now. Jerry, now is not the time to be a fucking hero.
So knowing what
Get
we
the fuck out.
Jerry's not a hero. He's an alcoholic. It's different.
Alright.
Magic would injure.
You two continue to move forward. Dimitri lets out a call. He goes, I can't hold the wall much longer!
No, Dimitri, get out. Let's get out of here. Forget about it.
Run,
Dimitri,
motherfucker,
gather
run!
all our people and get out. Grab the smoke man too while
Gary.
you're at it.
You wish to help.
I'm just out of curiosity because I can recall the axe. I'm gonna try to take aim at the red woman with the axe and just Kratos that shit.
Nice.
While Silver's in the way?
If you hit him, I'm gonna punch.
If you hit Silver?
So,
I don't know either
No
one.
longer friends.
make me a ranged attack.
All right, is that gonna be dexterity?
It's going to be dexterity based, yes.
Alrighty. Plus 3. Now.
This attack needs to be accurate more than it needs to be strong.
Yeah, because you're throwing. A projectile is usually considered a dex, yeah.
So
I think I
you
missed both of them.
tomahawk this axe in the general direction, and you can see the red woman kind of tilts her body out of the way so that it has no chance of hitting. Silver grabs the axe out of the air and just lands it clean in her shoulder blade.
Wow, he is fucking badass. We were slightly trash talking him earlier.
As Kendra sees this,
There is a puff of black smoke emerging from under her red cloak, and her nefarious smile becomes a very irritated scowl.
Let's see.
Jerry, the copper coating on the outside of your axe begins to melt.
Oh, fuck. Interesting. Alright. Quick question.
Okay.
In this game,
Hurry up.
oh no, you guys are clear. You guys are clear. Is blood flammable?
No.
No, blood in general is not flammable.
Alright, never mind. I don't remember why I have blood bags in my inventory, but I do.
Oh, blood bags for... Are you seriously asking that question? Blood bags. Lack of blood.
That was for my family.
I stole them from the medical.
But you have
No, I stole them from the medical center. I had a reason for having them. I just don't remember what it was.
Jerry, as you are now the only one left watching this, can you make me perception?
Yes, I can. Give me a moment. I have forgotten every one of my stats. +2. All right.
This is why you gotta come prepared, man.
I've been
You
busy.
fucking slack it.
Wow, really good perception. So, despite your lack of expertise, you have an expertise in the arcane, you don't have an expertise in the martial. You can tell that the way that this red woman is moving is purely unnatural in nature. She moves faster than she ought to be able to, and she's sort of flickering as she does it, as if she's like partially in multiple places at once. But because of that, she is moving fast enough that you would not be able to keep up with her if you were in her range. Silver is moving entirely based on martial skill, but as he moves, there is an extra something to it. There's like these trails of what appears to be flowing water coming off each of his arms as he moves them. And it almost is like tracing the path of a stream. And every time he hits with his palm or his leg or something on one of her limbs, there's this crash of what looks like a flash of light, but almost in the shape of crashing water.
Jerry, now it's time to grab Amadeus and fucking leave, please. And thank you.
And because you are still there long enough to see this happen, you are going to get treated to another spectacle that the other two are now out of sight to see. Though they will hear this. The two of you hear an enormous, almost ear-shattering roar.
Oh.
Roar?
A roar that just splits your ears.
Oh no, I don't like this.
And behind the red woman is this enormous blue dragon,
Yes.
which proceeds to attempt to swallow her.
Nice.
Though it is very quickly, in a flick of the wrist, the side of its face is almost caved in by a slap, and it's just knocked to the ground, which causes Silver to retaliate, rather on the defensive than on the offensive this time. And he lands an open palm strike, which actually sends the woman back a foot. And at this point, he looks back at you, Jerry, and he sort of gives you a nod in the direction that the other two went.
Alright. On that note, Jerry's gonna follow.
Protect
Dimitri?
baby Dimitri.
Dimitri, seeing the severity of the situation and that he has served his purpose and is no longer helpful, he goes, huh, okay. And he starts trotting off.
Oh, wait,
He's running at the speed of like a baby hippo. It's taking him a while.
Can I
Hey,
pick him up?
actually, hippos, no.
No, the answer to that
forget-
is strong no.
Side note, hippos.
You forget.
Side note,
Did you-
hippos can haul ass.
They rub it.
Yeah, hippos. Part 1, hippos are actually quite fast. They're quite speedy. They can run 45 miles an hour on land.
Yeah, no.
Part
They
2,
can run underwater.
Jerry, part 2. Did you forget the part where Kendra tried to pick up Dimitri when he was a baby? and she could physically not because he weighs more than Earth itself. And he was powerless.
It is the Earth.
A bit of an exaggeration, but yes, he does weigh quite a bit.
And that his powers and manifestation are the only physically bring him to the fucking ground without falling through the earth.
It takes Dimitri active effort not to sink him to the ground. We'll just remind you of that.
So no, you cannot pick him up.
Trying to think of a loophole here.
But he is, so we'll say he's hauling ass at the best he can, which is fast. It's like 20 miles an hour, so it's fast, but it's not like the speed at which Kendra and Tazzle are escaping fast. Some of the grunts even attempt to like throw their Pokemon and stop him, and there's just this large vine that sprouts from his back and just goes whack, and the two of them just go flying. Nope. And you can hear Dimitri go, sorry.
You know, we're fucking hauling ass.
Jerry, are you leaving? Are you recalling Asmodeus and leaving? Because Asmodeus cannot keep up with any of this.
Yeah, I'm tempted to do terrible things, but yeah, I'll recall. At the very least, I'll recall Asmodeus and return to smoke form to start to follow Dimitri.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I should take a hostage.
Jerry, I'm giving you exactly one moment to decide if you are going to be near this fight or not in the next second.
I'm gonna head out. I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your choice to head out is met with immediate gratification as there is a blinding flash of light emerging from the dragon, which is now gotten up, and it fires off this enormous beam.
Jesus Christ.
Silver, no!
Silver, upon recognizing what's about to happen, you can see he's almost like limboing, but he's supporting himself by just his calves. He's bent all the way back down.
He is Neo in this shit.
He then taps a Pokeball on the side of his hip and recalls the dragon.
Good choice, good choice.
The red woman whose top of her cloak has now been sort of, well, vaporized, for lack of a better word, revealing these jet black long hair, is now actively upset. And she begins to levitate with these sparks of red around her.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You can see this look of what was confidence on Silver's face just fade to like, oh shit. And he takes off running faster than Dimitri. He sort of ducks between the buildings and is just out of there.
Good. I need a fucking Magikarp.
I mean, Gyarados is a flying type, right?
Not I need a Gyarados, I need a Magikarp first.
I need a Magikarp.
I don't think
Fuck the
Jerry-
Gyarados, we want a Magikarp.
At this point, you are the only one who has not fully escaped the situation, as you are next to a group of grunts that were just recently knocked over, and they see this little ball of smoke, and they're contemplating what to do about it. But the question is, what do you do about it?
Jerry, dash. Use your dash action. That doubles your movement speed. In case you didn't know.
Actually, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
But you
I
lose your
completely
action.
forgot that was a thing.
Do I want to take a hostage or just a head?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck? On the way by, you just chop someone's head off? What
It could be useful later on.
What is this?
No, it
Twisted Metal
definitely
show?
could not. They're just grunts.
Alright,
Intimidation. I'm sorry, did you say sweet tooth?
Yeah.
Am I gonna eat the head?
I don't know.
There is a
Do you know who Sweet Tooth
I
is?
wouldn't put it past.
it's a reference, but
Oh,
there is a banshee-like scream that begins to break the glass around town, emanating from this woman.
Jerry, swing
Jerry.
to take a head.
Hurry the fuck up.
Alright, yeah, I'll fine, I'll leave.
Jerry, what do you want to do? Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try and take a head.
Ahead of who?
We also don't know
Of
her
one of the
speed,
grunts.
by the way.
Oh no,
You're
no,
going to
not
try
her
to
head.
decapitate one of the grunts.
No,
Yes.
I know,
Okay,
but I don't know how
I'll
fast she
need
can
you.
catch up to you.
Are you getting up in their face, or are you throwing the axe in the attempt to do this?
I am coming into it. I'm smoking my way to them.
Okay. I will need a
Jesus Christ.
strength-based attack. I need you to roll me a D8 plus your strength.
Someone's
D8?
head's gonna go flying.
A D8 plus your strength. So you are able to gash your hatchet into the side of this person's neck coming out of smoke form, which appalls all of the other like young 20-year-olds, which is what these grunts are. These are like older teenagers to like mid 20-year-old foot soldiers, one of which now has a lethal gash in the side of their neck from a hatchet.
This is not what we stand for, Jerry. We talked about.
I don't think we did talk about this actually.
This wound,
Yes,
that all?
yes, we
Or did we?
did.
I don't remember.
so that we do not
Sure.
succeed in instantly decapitating this person. You have successfully killed them. As they slump to the ground, having one of their neck arteries severed.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Their partner, who is obviously getting spattered from an artery severing, is just appalled at what just happened.
I'm gonna cry.
They hadn't recognized the smoke as a threat until it decapitated one of them. And now all of the grunts are just like actively backing up, except the one who is in clear shock.
We are gonna convince no one now to leave Void because they're not gonna be able to trust us. We're just fucking decapitate them. Good
I feel like I
job,
missed-
Jerry.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like I misunderstood a few things here.
You misunderstood nothing. You just decapitated
Fuck
innocent
these
20 year,
bitches.
like 16 to 20-year-old person. Good job.
Gary, you have not successfully decapitated this person in one stroke. If you wish to do so, you will require a second stroke.
Oh, fuck it, let's double down.
Jesus Christ, I hate you.
This time they are not moving, so it is not difficult to land the second stroke, which will successfully sever what is left of their neck.
Alright, I take the head and I dip.
You see the woman who was with this other grunt is just kind of sat down holding her knees as she watches this smoke ball disappear. And you head off in the direction of Tazzle and Kendra. Tazzle and Kendra, you are well ahead of everyone else, but you do hear a certain Dimitri, as he is very heavy. He makes a lot of noise when he runs, coming up behind.
Out of character, I have to ask, is this not a world in which the enemy is actively trying to kill us?
Correct.
It is not a world in which... Oh, no, it is not... That is not... No, the enemies will try to kill you, for sure. Not every enemy will actively try to
is
kill you.
actually not every
So-
enemy is actually
so
an enemy. Some
I
are
was
just
almost
like
killed anyway, so that proves that fact. I was almost
So
killed.
So,
So-
wait, were these guards not trying to kill us?
So context-wise, imagine if you will. Like, let me give you the context, right? Red woman, magical in nature, firing decapitation laser beams, attempting to kill both of your friends.
Right.
Yes, lethal enemy. The line of 40 or so grunts, 20 some odd foot soldiers, essentially just doing what they're told, trying to earn a paycheck.
Not trying to kill us.
no.
Not unless they're told to.
Oh, now I feel like
Could also have been convinced to leave.
So, were they trying to kill you? The answer is not yet. Would they try to kill you if they were told to? That is your out of character answer.
Right.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't even know if my own fucking.
To the enemy's perspective,
they drain
to
shit.
the enemy's perspective, the grunts didn't know what was going on. Only the red woman knew what was happening. The rest, all the grunts didn't know what was going on. They just knew that they were told to do something, and they were doing it. And they were told to block the road.
I regret my decisions, but all right.
Character
I'm just
development.
thinking, I'm just thinking, now, if we try and get, help any of the other grunts get out, no one's going to want to, because they're going to think, oh, these guys are no better, because they decapitated and
Full disclosure, I was only doing this to take
and
the
that
head.
makes me hate Jerry so much.
In fairness,
Well, you don't know that Jerry did that yet.
Yeah, you guys don't know that bit yet. Out of character, I was taking the head so I could increase my intimidation when trying to get better prices at stores.
Well, that will do it. That will do it.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah,
That's
that'll do
D&D
it.
for you guys.
That will do it.
Hey,
That'll do it.
I can't remember details, but I had a modern D&D, well, futuristic kind of deal, where we had, pretty sure it was a cow head, like a rotted cow head, and I did that.
Character
Same
section.
carried around for a little bit and intimidated people. They were like, "Get out of here! I'll kick your ass." And I was like, "Knock, knock, knock!" And I lifted the head up. It was bad. That was a long time ago. Holy shit.
That's the idea here.
Hey, nah. Hey, Tazzle, what would you say, Kendra and Tazzle? Plus 10, you think?
What do I say?
Plus 10 for Kendra
I'm
and
talking
Taz?
Tazzle. Yeah. Loyalty. Plus 10.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Plus 10. Jerry.
Plus 10 what? What am I saying?
Let's just say in loyalty. Because of how we are as a connector.
Jerry?
Yes.
Oh, I don't keep track of that shit.
I do. Stranger. Jerry, -2.
So actually, that would be metagaming because you don't know he did that.
Yep.
I know, so fair enough, -1.
When
Nope,
he pulls out the head, you're like, "Why did you get that?"
So
I found it.
you can not trust him because of innately not trusting him, but you can't use the head as a reason to not trust him yet.
This is true.
And technically, even once you see the head, unless he tells you where he got it, you can't use it other than the fact that he has a severed human head.
This is true. Currently, Jerry has a -1 because he swallowed the fucking key. So.
This is true. This is a valid reason for you to be upset with him.
Actually, that should be 2 because he not only swallowed it, God, it didn't give it to me anyway. So that's -2 for you, Jerry.
I mean, well, in
Tazzle and I are more like plus 15.
Yeah.
Me and Tazzle are more like plus 15 because we've been through hell together.
Oh god.
Madam Jerry doesn't fucking know you guys, and he just saw you.
Yeah, I know, that's true too.
So we have to find a reason to build this as a party, not to detract from each other. Anyway, at this point, I'm going to say that we have gotten far enough away. Though it is worth noting, Tazzle, because you're being carried, you can make this check. Kendra is totally focused on carrying you and getting the hell out of there. But you are being carried, so you have time to make a perception check.
Okay, fantastic. Dogs, I'll put you on a second. Yes. I love this movie. Alright, perception.
This movie, this is bringing back some fucking memories right here.
Nice.
As you make
28.
As you make this perception check, you look back to examine what just happened. You can see the wall of trees just collapse back into the ground, and you see this beam of red light just sweep across the sky and cut the clouds.
What?
Followed by this red corona that almost looks like a shockwave, but like a red tint to it, that's just shattering the glass around it.
Shit. I'm gonna be quite scared.
Kendra, you will perceive Tazzle kind of shudder a little bit.
I'll look down and be like, "You okay?"
And be like, what the fuck was
Thinking
that?
you're like cold or something.
I'll probably get to that point, yeah. Who the hell was that?
Actually, you wouldn't be cold. I'm hot. Literally.
You do admit some more.
I'm on fire.
It would be
You're my-
balanced out.
You're my space heater, thank you.
As you guys make it to the space heater. As you guys make it to the outskirts of town, I'm assuming Kendra, your Phoenix time will just about run out at this point. As your wings start to sputter. As is the quid pro quo right now. Roll me a d8. Kendra, you feel 3 points of damage to your back, and your wings begin to sputter out. As you guys quickly fall to the ground.
She would, I would
As we're
She's
falling
holding me.
down,
Correct.
I'm gonna turn over so my back.
Tazzle in his current form does not feel like dropping more than like a... Tazzle in this form, it feels kind of like 15 pounds landing on you, but spread out over the size of a human. So it's like dropping a weighted blanket on you. It's like, ooh, but not enough to hurt you.
How high were we?
Yeah, it's because I took the brunt force of it.
You guys
Well,
are probably
here, let me-
only like... You guys
Hold
probably
on,
only
hold on. I got it. 15 feet. There you go.
Nice.
Well, Kendra, before you supersede my DM authority, I will warn you. If you're higher than 10 feet in the air, you're about to take 1d6 per foot you fell.
Shit.
So I'm saying you only were flying just above the ground, both for maximum speed and so that you do not have to take fall damage.
Okay, we'll do it your way.
But if you wish for the narrative's sprite to say that Kendra was able to lift him 15 feet in the air and fly that far, we can do that. But there's going to be consequences to falling 15 feet out of the air.
I will leave that to you, my friend.
Well, I'm going to say, what makes you happier as Kendra to think that she was flying low and fast, or that she got you up in the air and was going there?
Boys. Boys, what do you want?
In the air.
In the air is a
Air.
weird
One-
one, but
If I'm being honest, I shouldn't weigh in on this. I'm not being carried.
Well, you can weigh on this. She brought it to a group vote.
That is true. Up in the air.
Up in the air.
So we like
alright,
narrative.
big
We like narratively that Kendra brought you up in the air. Both, I'm going to say, from her mind to get you out of danger, so you weren't in melee range of anybody, and B, because she's capable of doing it. So, and Tazzle's quite light. So, if we say you were 15 feet in the air, Kendra, I'm going to need 5d6 from you. Hitting the ground deals 18 concussive damage to you. I'm saying Tazzle does not add to that damage because he is as close to weightless as is necessary.
so I fall on top.
Does
of
he
Well,
take
you were being
damage
held.
because does he
You-
take damage because I rolled and made it so my back hit the ground and he didn't?
That is why he does not.
Sweet, okay.
You have saved Tazzle from damage by taking the brunt of the fall yourself. So,
Awesome.
you hear a loud thud, and you hear Kendra just let out a sizable grunt as a fall that could have potentially broken something, but you are now far enough away from danger. By the time Kendra is able to pick herself off the ground and relieve what feels like her shoulder blades being shattered,
Oh,
you can hear Dimitri. You can hear Dimitri catching up to you at this point, and he goes, "Ah, I'm back. Oh, good. Oh, that looked like it hurt."
As he watches it, I saw that.
there's just a dent in the ground.
There's wing-sized chars where your wings landed before they sputtered out.
There's feathers.
Charcoal feathers, and Kendra is now on 39 HP.
I got road rash.
Dimitri's like, "Ooh, that looked like it hurt."
Damn.
Tazwell, you bounce off and sort of land gracefully next to her, just feet. Oh,
That was intense.
Like,
So was your fall. And he'll help her up. He's not gonna just let her fucking. He'll probably have to
you
go
pick
and,
her up.
like,
You pick her up off the ground.
go up behind her like a kid crying and sitting down. He just picks her up from under the arms, just stands her up. Like, let's
As you
go.
do that, we'll be like, yeah, that hurt a lot more.
We'll have to we deserve one of our fucking day-long spa days, like we should have gotten a long time ago.
We had plans to do that.
Yeah, a long time ago. That was like when we first
To
started.
Floroma. We'll have a spa day in Floroma.
And as I'm looking at her when I say that, I pop a pill.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this would have been a new day, right?
Kendra just holds out a hand, be like, I need one right now, guy.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Yeah, and I'll drop her one.
So, Jerry,
Thanks.
you will catch up at this point, seeing Kendra just picking herself off the ground and Tazzle popping some manner of pill.
Jerry's reaction to this is, ooh, I don't know what those are, but give me one.
Fuck! No! Get away from my meds, I need them. No. None.
Why?
These are from my painful gashes. I need these.
And I need those for
Sure.
my painful heart.
Sure.
But you got alcohol.
And I'm just gonna look up and down at myself. Does it look like it's working, motherfucker?
Don't you have like some other drug or something?
I got heroin.
I guess that works. Hey, can't
On a
Dimitri
trade?
help out too? I don't know.
Actually, can Dimitri just grow shrooms on command? Actually, I am curious.
I hope not.
You can ask him.
Jerry's gonna waddle over to Dimitri. Hey, little buddy. You know
What's that?
what shrooms are?
I know lots of mushrooms. Some of them are tasty.
As Parasect shows up.
Do you know the ones that do you know the ones that let you see God, little buddy?
What's the no, I don't know of a mushroom like that. That's pretty cool.
Can you grow every mushroom that won't kill me?
I don't know what mushrooms will and will not kill you.
We'll table this discussion for later.
You're literally talking to like a fucking 8-year-old child.
I know.
Yeah.
Kendra will waddle over to Dimitri and be like, "Can you help me, please?"
Yeah, she needs to.
Oh yeah. How can I help?
I'm just gonna slowly waddle. You can chart fucking rash of a back.
Oh, that looks like it hurts. Yeah, I can help with that.
I'm gonna reduce my pills to 12 now.
Okay, fantastic. Kendra, he will return 9 of your HP.
Okay. I'll be like,
As he
thanks,
sits there for a minute, and you can see he's straining. He's like,
Okay.
Tell
How's
him
that?
to pull his hat off too and be like, time for a new hat, I guess.
Tazzle's still upset that his hat's broken. He's like, oh.
he's like, I can't fucking wait. It's my stick now. It's my fucking hat.
I look at the whip, I look at my new staff, I'm like, is everything okay? Like, looking at everything, looking at my leg, if I have a hole in my leg now.
I'm gonna be honest, out of character, I was considering breaking your stick.
No!
That would be cruel, sir. That would be very cruel.
That would have been so funny.
No!
That would have been so good. I really wish you.
but I felt like it would have been a little too mean.
His gift from death.
Yeah,
Now
that's why.
That's why it would have been a little mean, because it would have like wasted his thing. I'm like, oh, ain't that about a bitch?
I mean, I'm guessing the staff could take a little bit of damage in some way, shape, or form.
In its current form, it is a very special stick.
Yeah, I'd have to. Maybe tonight we'll do an identification if I can do that with the
It's
whip
a bonk. It's just a bonk stick at this point.
Right. You have to do
Hunter,
Yes,
you should have broken his stick and then have to fix it. Therefore, he still keeps his gift, but also has to go through the pain of losing another stick.
Oh my god. Oh,
I took his hat.
yeah.
Can take
Now
all
I'm
that.
gonna get a
He's
boonie
had that since the beginning. That still hurts a little bit.
hat. Yeah. Now I think I have to get a new hat, which I might get a boonie hat.
You're sitting there like looking down. You're sitting there looking down at your hat. You're like, oh. As he's holding what's left of it, the charred remains. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
You think back, you've had this all the way since Twin Leaf Town. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But worse than that, Taz will roll me a d4.
Devil lady.
Let's see how bad your luck is. This is a luck roll.
Oh wow.
For a minute there, you look at that, you go, and you go to reach up, and you're like, oh, your hair has escaped unscathed.
Thank God I usually cut it fairly short anyway.
It's so funny.
So Dimitri will look up at you, Kendra, go, how's that? Better?
Really? It's a little better, thank you.
Okay, good. How high is your passive perception, Tazzle?
20.
11?
Okay. You notice ever so lightly, once he gets within about 5 feet of you, you can just barely pick up that there is a shift in movement behind you. As someone seems to approach and get right up behind Kendra, and Kendra, you will then notice a tap on your shoulder.
I'm gonna spin around.
Oops.
Fucking ready to fight. Like,
I know, I'd get into like a defensive stance for like a couple seconds and then realize, oh.
no, my hand, I'm gonna spin around with hilts of fucking lance.
You spin around with your hand on on the sword, just like ready. And you just see this, like, you see him just like one hand on the back of his head, kind of like waving.
I'm gonna stop grabbing Lance, literally say nothing, and just give the man a hug. And fucking be like, I thought you died.
Basically like the scene when Gandalf shows up and the three of them try to attack him and he's like, no. I'm a good
To be fair, by the way, this is the first time any of you have seen Silver without his signature white coat on.
Yeah.
Dope. I love so much. This looks good. Is this from like DBZ?
No, this is actually from One Punch Man, believe it or not. the sprite I've chosen.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. It fits so well.
It fit the character very well, so it's definitely a stolen character, but
I have to watch that anime. I gotta watch a lot of anime.
definitely a stolen character, but he fits the look and vibe that I'm going for as well. But the point being, this is Kendra and Tazzle who have met Silver before. Jerry, you have actually not met Silver before this moment. So this is your introduction to him. This is your first time seeing him without his jacket on. That is all to say, this is the first time you've ever seen that he is ripped like a Greek god, and you can do what you want with that information.
Damn.
Jerry's not gonna say a word. He's just gonna jump up onto his shoulders as he generally does and just start caressing his biceps.
So there's a strange little gnome up on his shoulders now, and he's like, okay. So Silver, you see Silver for a moment. You expect him to start talking, and as he goes to start talking, you see no sound comes out. And he kind of does a motion to like reverse the conversation back to when he's like, back up. And he said, "Oh, I thought you died." And he sort of lifts his head up so you can see his throat, and you can see evidence that his trachea has been caved in previously.
Jerry's gonna see this and just kind of tilt his head to the side. Oh, I've been there before, and just hop down.
Be like, so wait, are you mute now?
He gives you a thumbs up.
I'm gonna point up a finger as in run to the Pokemon. And I'm gonna get out a little nougat.
To be fair, Kendra, running to the Pokemon Center from where you are now will run you back toward the shit you just left.
God damn it, never mind.
Don't do that.
But he gives you a thumbs up and he kind of puts his hands on the side of his head like, sorry.
I'll just give him a thumbs up and be like,
you give him the thumbs up. He's like, he takes a moment though and he thinks about it and he goes, and he pulls out a Pokeball, and he has a creature with him that he seems to suggest will help you communicate. As a very large, spiky star creature just kind of hits the ground next to him.
Yes. So cool. I always forgot they become psychic after they evolve.
And he reaches down and he kind of taps the thing on the gem, and he does a couple like hand signs of some sort in front of it to try and communicate. And then he points at the three of you, and he points at the gem, and then he gives like the little like fingers toward his eyes, fingers toward the gem. What is your reaction to this, huh? It's coming from anyone. Anyone can input here. We need Jerry, Tazzle, Kendra, somebody.
Gotcha.
Like, that thing looks cool. What can it do? Does this do something?
He gives you a thumbs up, and then he uses his pointer finger and his pinky, one pointing to each eye, and then both of them toward the gem.
I get what he's doing. This is psychic connections, I'm guessing.
You get a very strong thumbs up from him.
Alright. I'm guessing what we should ask is, where'd you go and what happened, if you want to let us know. We went back to find you. I forget what the town was where he was, the training grounds, where he was helping people. It was the last time we saw him, and then we went back to find him and you were gone.
So he reaches down and he places his palm flat on the red gem, and he sort of thinks about it for a minute. And then he motions for anyone who wants to do the same.
Jerry waddles on over and puts a hand on the gem.
Okay. Jerry, you are transported into a third-person view. Or sorry, not third, what's it called? Second person. You're basically like over his shoulder, like where a Starmie would be if it was like sitting on a table nearby. Transported to this scene where Silver is talking to some other figures who you can't really see as well. You recognize one of the voices, as you had a chance to hear this voice from Kendra before, from Kendra's I think Kendra would have let you hear this voice before. But either way, Tazzle, you will at least recognize the voice of Rudy, and Jerry, you will recognize the voice of Fern as well. They seem to be in the room with him, and the conversation is just meandering about different plans and who needs to do what. And eventually Silver volunteers for some sort of mission. And several voices, including Ferns, will pipe up and talk about how this is essentially a suicide mission and how this is terrible. It's a terrible idea. You can't do that. And he just gives his signature thumbs up and goes, I got this. And then it fast forwards to him being in combat, both with his Pokemon and himself, in the middle of some sort of underground facility. And he is accosted by some creature in a red robe and another very tall woman in a white dress. One of which restrains him and the other of which tries to kill him. But as he sort of leans himself back, you can see instead of managing to like decapitate him, she only gets like the front of his throat, and that's where he gets the throat squeeze. And he is able to get a foot up over behind him and sort of like flip kick the person holding him, which drives them into the ground, and he darts off away. But you get the sensation, you get the look of blood dripping on the floor from his neck. And you're fast forwarded to of him being in the hospital. Yes, you would. I'm sure. As long as you put the hand on the Starmie, you would as well.
Yeah.
And
I would have dragged Kendra over and put her hand on it anyway.
And you are fast forward to a moment where he's in the hospital, surrounded by at least a couple other seemingly high-ranking people, as they've been given some privacy in a big room, and they all look upset with him for attempting the mission, but also very sad that he's lost what was one of his defining features, which was his cheerful voice and demeanor. He's no longer able to speak. And there's a doctor in the room who's talking about how he didn't get back in time for us to save it, and he'll probably never talk again.
Are the other two seeing this? Like, did they put their hands on the stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
All three of you just seen these
all
visions.
Okay.
That's so fucking sad.
Tazzle, for you,
Perception.
all three of you recognize the red woman in the first vision as the woman from town a moment ago. Tazzle, you alone recognize the woman in the white.
Tazzle's heart's gonna sink. He's gonna start getting like a little bit more white.
You alone recognize the woman who was restraining Silver at the time. This 8.5 foot tall behemoth.
Like,
Can I roll a perception check?
like when you know that feeling where kind of like heart drops and some kind of shock settles in and everything, your whole body goes cold.
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
what Tazzle just
something like that.
now.
And Kendra, you want to roll perception for what?
To see if I can see if the change in Tazzle's demeanor,
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
since I know him so well. Nope.
Well, okay. It's difficult for you to perceive it until I'm going to say that this causes Tazzle to like physically slump after a moment, and is at that point that you might be able to notice. You don't notice when you don't notice during this like vision sequence, but like a few moments after, when everyone has sort of settled out, then you can tell something is wrong with Tazzle.
Yeah, he's gonna, after probably a few seconds, or within like 10 seconds give or take, he'll probably start having that gasping. Like breathe stop, like the hard breathing.
Panic attack.
Like panic attacks, but then he's just gonna probably... So it's that mix of emotions where it goes from like shock into pretty much anger.
Seeing you kind of slump over and start to hyperventilate, Silver, in what feels like a single step, is in front of you, and you can feel him sort of like, not really strike you, but like correct you. You can feel like a palm strike your lower back, and then your upper back, and then your chest, and then your diaphragm, and he like realigns you to sit up straight, sort of forces air into your diaphragm, which corrects your breathing.
Even though they're very appreciative. he's probably gonna
Kendra.
slowly get.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Go for it.
He's gonna slowly probably may start making a fist, and similarly, actually exactly like the slow fist where you like slowly start to get like really fucking pissed off, and he's gonna turn away, and it's gonna be exactly like what's her name from Loki, the girl Loki,
Oh.
and the scene where she walks
I
away.
haven't seen it.
Spoil it. Do it.
Well, anyway, she walks away and she starts screaming and charging up her little green powers. That whole like rage moment she has for a few seconds.
Fair
It's
enough.
gonna be like that. He's just gonna start fucking screaming for a few seconds.
For the record, Jerry and Kendra, what I wanted to say was this is the first time Kendra has been able to like get a good look at this happening. Jerry, you recognize this motion, this like style of movement that he's doing again. Kendra, this is the first time you've gotten to see it. The motion that Silver used to like correct Tazel's posture and like force him to correct his breathing. It was just like the back of his hand, like his wrist was almost limp, but it was like stiff at the same time, and he just manages to like flow his arm between 4 vital points.
Gotcha.
So Kendra, this is the first time you've seen his arm sort of like liquefy like that, or at least the perception that it's like flowing. And Tazel, seeing you have this flip out moment and giving you enough time to have a bit of a scream, you have a concerned but sympathetic Silver kind of like arm on shoulder, like leaning on you, like, so what's wrong?
Kendra will also be there on the other side. She won't go in for a hug because she knows that he'll need space right now, but she'll just like grab his arm and be like, hey, I'm here.
He's gonna go find like a wall or something that you can let sit down and lean up against. So he's gonna jump
Dimitri,
like 3 different emotions.
Dimitri sees you having a moment, and he's like, got you! And he makes you a little chair.
Oh,
He just bends these branches into a little chair.
I thought you were gonna make him lie down and be like, I got you. Fucking sit on top of me.
I don't know if he's all about that, but he does make you a chair to sit in.
That is phenomenal. I don't know. I don't think he's in the right moment to be talking about it too much. He's probably gonna be like just sighing and just thinking of a lot of shit. And just tell him, just be like, I can't talk about this right this moment.
Kendra will just nod in understanding.
Like the words coming out just wouldn't work very well. Maybe just so many emotions and shit flying through his mind. And
So Tazel is obviously having a moment to, unbeknownst reason-wise to the two of you. How are Kendra and Jerry feeling? Kendra, you know that you succeeded in saving M and his family. They have successfully been extracted.
I'm feeling good. Especially seeing alive
Seeing
and
the
well.
Silver is well is a matter of opinion.
Well is a matter of perspective, but he's alive. He's not actively dying. I'll look over at him and be like, so what happened to your jacket?
He gets like a very solid face palm. He's like, he starts like miming this moment of like fighting something, and then he does this like pose where he's like, ah! And he does this like little arm pose, and he does this little mime of like something ripping off of him. And he's like, ah!
Kendra will just laugh and be like, we'll have to get you a new one.
He kind of gives you this.
Although I don't know if Jerry wants you by how he's feeling you up right now.
He gives you this little like limp, like, it's fine.
Ignore the just ignore the crazy weird midget.
That same motion that he uses to like limp his wrist, you can see he rips that same one back, and he has Jerry by the ankle, and he's sort of like suspending him. He's like, huh, neat.
Kendra at this will laugh. Yeah, so I might as well introduce you to Jerry. This is Silver, friend of ours. Silver,
Jerry-
this is
Head falls out.
Jerry. This is this thing is Jerry.
So Jerry, he has you by the ankle. He's like, huh, neat.
We located him in the bro, here? Was it here? Or in the place we were just at? Don't remember. We found him somewhere. For sure.
Picked him up off the side of the road.
We did not ask him to join. Kind of just tagged along and is for some reason a part of our group now. So that's a thing.
To double down on the awkwardness of this, Jerry's just gonna look him up and down and been like, "Ever been with a man before?"
What
Yeah.
the hell is happening right now?
All right, Silver just kind of like his eyes get really wide and just drops you, allowing you to hit the ground.
Does the head roll out? I'm just really curious on this head.
I think the head is in the bag of holding, so it doesn't really.
The beard of holding.
It's just in my little safe room, along with all the other atrocities.
That's
So-
Wait,
disgusting.
is Jerry currently covered in blood? Can I
He is
If he smoked
not.
him, he wouldn't.
Due to the magical nature of his smoke form, he is not actually covered in blood.
Damn it! I really want the relationship to die.
What the fuck are you trying to do? Tear the group apart?
Don't worry, it'll
The
happen.
only person doing that is you, Jerry.
It'll happen
Doing
eventually.
that
Don't
is
worry.
you.
No. The head will decompose before I start using it for fear.
There's no oxygen. The
I'm not
head
sure
will just
if-
be there. It can't decompose in the beard of holding. There's no oxygen.
She's right. There's no. How could there can't be bacteria in a void?
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a problem. Alright, next time we have a fire type out, I'll just cook the head over the tail or something. Just make it so it doesn't, you can't tell how old it is, where I got it, who it was.
It's getting worse. Next time he pulls it out, it's just a rotten fucking half bone, half fucking fleshed.
He just
cook
lets
that.
it out at night.
Lets
And
it air out his beard for a little while. Oh god.
Just pull it out in front of shopkeepers and just take a bite when I want better prices.
Ew.
Remember, Jerry's got cannibalistic tendencies.
No shit. Yeah.
So Silver just kind of looks down at you and goes, eh.
Just kick him. That's what I do.
Can Silver see the past? Just kick him. Flies like a Team Jerry is blasting.
Kendra, you can see Silver like hears you say that, and he's like sort of miming it, but he does actually draw his foot back in in a motion that allows that like flowing stream of water.
Jerry's gonna see this and just say, "Daddy?"
sort of in a look of shock. Like it's almost like he was going to do it, and then he's just like dumbfounded by the way you're talking. He kind of puts his foot down. He's like, "Uh-huh."
Yeah, he's got a weird. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Is Jerry actually bi or
No, he's just an asshole.
Jerry?
He's just annoying. He's
No, he's
Jerry
just
just knows how to push buttons, is all.
he's just a high school, you know, high school,
straight up chaotic
jock
evil. is what
in
this
the
is.
locker room.
Jerry's just Deadpool, but more demented and less cool.
Less cool. Mr. Deadpool is a badass.
Fucking
At this point,
I feel like I'm in the
Silver
sports locker.
is examining the three of you, and as he takes a look, he notices something that kind of upsets him. He's like, he looks at Kendra's hand, Tazzle, he looks at your hip, and Jerry, he looks at your head. And he seems very unhappy.
What's wrong with Jerry's head?
His hat.
Besides the obvious. Oh, hand, hip, head. Got it.
Jerry's gonna observe this motion and just be like, yeah, don't worry, I'm upset about my face too.
We all are, Jerry, we all are.
Kendra, he puts a hand in front of him and splays his finger out, and he makes the motion of trying to slide something off of his finger.
What if
I'll
that
just
was
cock
his
my head,
Pokemon
be like,
that we
what?
murdered? No, just kidding.
No, he's
He
a
point-
water type trainer.
He points at your hand, Kendra, and he splays his fingers out again, and he makes the motion of trying to like pull something off of his ring finger.
Remember the ring you got from Mad Hatter?
No, I know. I'm just acting. I can't tell. I'm being an asshole a little bit. So I will pick up my hand and look at him and be like, okay. I'll like shrug, and then I'll start to take it off.
Kendra, it is you're reminded, or if you did not know this already, that the ring is bonded to your finger and you are unable to take it off.
Yeah, like your skin is seared off. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know.
So you make the motion to begin to take it off, and it just does not slide. And he puts his fingers up on his chin. He goes, huh.
Yeah, that's a long story that we are all not very proud of.
Yeah, do you know who this is? Who this was? Or who had
He kind of puts
Oh
the
yes,
hand out.
Tazzle. Let's tell him about our deepest, darkest fucking secret, Tazzle. Yes,
well,
let's do that.
Since you have asked, let's see. He puts a hand out, and he just puts the thumbs down.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know either.
Fucking.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, something we're very proud. Oh, Kendra will snap her fingers, be like, "There's also another person you choose, mate," and she'll call over her shoulder. And she'll be like, "Dimitri."
Dimitri's just kind of chilling there. He's like, huh? What? Oh. What's up?
Dimitri, this is our friend Silver. Silver, this is the guardian of Dimitri.
Silver will just kind of strut past Jerry over to Dimitri. He sort of bends down to talk to him. He gives him this little friendly wave, and Dimitri goes, "Stop." And you can see he positions a finger like very stiffly pointed down as like a bit of a. It almost gives you the impression of a spear, as he has his finger just perfectly stiff, and he just gives this quick little. It's this almost imperceptible motion, and you can see this little crack appear above in Dimitri's shell.
The fuck?
And in between his middle finger and his thumb, as he pulls away, Silver is holding this little red worm,
What?
and he just squishes it.
Red worm.
This little worm is the same color
What's the lady?
as the red lady's beams.
Alright, fucking feel
And Dimitri
my
goes,
hat!
Dimitri goes, I didn't know that was it.
So it was embedded in his shell and he had to crack it to get it out.
Yep.
When did he...
Seeing this, Kendra's gonna be like, hold that thought, and she's gonna run over here. She's gonna call out behind her shoulder. She's gonna be like, you might want to stay over there for a second.
What is Kendra going to try to do?
And I'm gonna take the fork. I'm gonna take the fork and guard the torch faster. Exactly. I don't want our friends to be fucking followed. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ding. You wait a couple seconds, and there appears to be no response for a moment.
Don't ring it again. Just kidding.
I will wait.
Give him a minute.
You begin to feel a very slight rumble, which progressively gets more and more intense. Silver is maintaining his footing, but he's very confused. He's like looking around, all ready to fight something. Fuck.
Kendra will yell over to Silver and like wave a hand down, and be like, "It's okay, it's okay. It's a friend of ours."
He looks kind of appalled at that statement. He's like, okay. And as the ground splits open, a certain creature that you recognize will pop out.
Well, he's not in big boy mode.
And you can see, for the first time since you have met him, there is a very clear crack in his jaw armor.
What happened?
He goes, God, that voice is so hard.
Do it. Speak normal then if it's hard.
He goes, you have summoned me.
I was like, yes, but Jesus Christ, are you okay?
In perspective, yes. Relatively, no.
What happened?
There was confrontation.
With who?
Rather difficult opponent.
Are they from Team Void?
No.
Were they, are there Steelix? Or others of your kind, I should say, in character? Challenging for your place?
Kendra will require a charisma check to convince him to reveal. He's not inclined to tell you. Let's see if you can convince him. Silver, by the way, is just right over. He's like super fascinated. Like,
oh, that was almost a
Was
fucking
almost
20.
a fucking 20.
So close.
Shitty time.
Are you still there, by the way, there, Josh? I haven't heard you in a minute. You are free to interject into this conversation. You are part of this interaction.
I am still there. I just haven't had much to add.
Fantastic. Silver is fascinated as he gives up on the idea of booting Jerry and talking to Dimitri to walk over here. Like,
Be like, as he comes over, I'll be like, Forge Master is our friend Silver. Silver Master. If you could kindly look for on him, well, very much appreciated. Although it is a very big task.
you can see Silver kind of lifts both of his fists up in a very limp motion, and he sort of like slams them down with flat palms facing the ground. As he breathes in very deeply and looks over the Forge Master, in the same motion he steps forward and pushes that spear-like finger into a spot on the Forge Master. But instead of piercing his shell, you hear this ting! And you can see Silver look down at his hand and go, ah! There's just this red throbbing finger, which looks like it just got slammed in a car door. He's like,
Oh.
Silver, like, he totally loses that whole, like, aesthetic of, like, the freaking macho mute, like, freaking, what's the word for it? Like, just athletic. Monk guy. He loses that entire thing for a moment, and he just grabs his wrist. He's like wants to scream. He's like bouncing on a foot. He's like, he takes a moment. He's like, this is bull. You can see he mimes, like he's looking at his hand. He looks at the thing. He looks at the hand. He goes like, he's sort of like miming to you. Kendra, the expression written on his face is like, this is bullshit. He's sort of like, he stomps on the ground and he is able to knock loose this like rather large like river stone, which looks like it must weigh at least 50 or 60 pounds. And he's able to like almost football kick it into the air. And he shows that this technique is able to shatter that rock.
So he's shocked that his water abilities isn't hurting this rock guy.
And then he looks over at his other hand, which is still throbbing and apparently turning a little black and blue. He's like, and the Forge Master just looks down and goes, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that you attempted to beat the shit out of me in some way, shape, or form.
Step 1, is he gonna tell us what happened?
He goes, after your convincing, or your attempt to convince him to talk about it, he goes, much worse than territorial squabbles. Oh, I suppose related in a way. Though not with more of my kind.
Was it with people?
Oh, no, dear.
Well, why don't you tell me what happened, if you feel like obligated to? I'd like to help you.
It is difficult to discern if I should fill you in on this.
Understandable. Well,
I suppose so. Last time we spoke, I think I had already hinted to the fact that this may be happening.
Out of character, Tazzle and Jerry, do you remember?
Yes. Last time we met him, there had been a disturbance that he was going to go check on, and he had mentioned that other guardians were disappearing.
Oh.
Jerry, D4 inspiration for you, sir.
Thank you.
I didn't even hear what you said. It cut you off on my side.
Oh,
Do you know what he's talking about?
No, what Kennedy said.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
Kennedy said. Out of character, do you guys know what he's talking about?
No, Jerry's talking about?
No, what the Forge Master's talking about.
Oh. Yeah, I do remember hearing about it, yeah.
Fair enough.
Kendra will just look at Forge Master and be like, did you fight another guardian? You don't have to say yes or no.
I did have a confrontation. I would argue to call it a fight.
Okay. Are you okay?
For the most part, I am okay. Recoverable.
That is
Oh,
good.
it has been longer than a lifetime than I remember taking damage.
See. Yes, you did shock me a little bit when you came out not fully yourself.
He takes a moment to consider the way you worded that statement, and he goes, that is an interesting take. I consider myself fully myself all the time.
Fair enough. But every time I've seen you, you've been in your most powerful. That. So to see you in this one, a bit of a throw off.
Refer to what your kind calls mega evolution.
Ah, is that what they call it? I had no idea.
I do believe that is what the most skilled of your kind call it. Those that can induce it on their partners. Although the
Cool.
form Guardians take is something far more primal, which is why it is often referred to as primal reversion.
Cool. Side note, Silver here was not trying to harm you. I hope for that. You have a bug inside of your shell and he's trying to get it out for you.
Oh, I was under the assumption that it was a sympathetic parasite of mine. I wasn't aware. I was not aware that it was hostile.
It was hostile. Dimitri had one, and the woman who planted them there almost tried to kill us earlier tonight. So, yes. I will move it as soon as possible.
You see the metal around where Silver was trying to strike begin to ripple like it was liquid, and a bright red little creature is expunged as it begins to crawl around on the skin.
He goes, I did not realize that you were hostile. I only acquired this parasite relatively recently.
Yes, I wonder, since 2 of them, how many others have them, if not all of them?
I think it took advantage of the crack in my shell.
Well,
Makes sense.
just make sure. I would make sure in the future you don't allow any of them to inhabit you.
If it was a coordinated attack, I fear that every creature present at the meeting I've come from will have such a bug.
What meeting did you
Possibly
come
send
from?
word.
Oh, I suppose I've sort of let the cat out of the bag, proverbially, huh? There was a
Yes.
territorial dispute between several guardians over the last course of the day.
Ah. Gotcha.
It ended
May
in a
I
bit
ask?
of altercation.
May I ask which guardians, or is that too much to ask?
Oh, there were many of us. At least 8 showed up, many bringing
Jesus.
their entourage with them. Some guardians like myself work alone, others like to bring their family.
Help. Understandable. Well then.
It may be arrogant of me to say that the guardian that did this to me may have been the only one capable of such things. I have great respect for him.
Kendra's gonna brighten at this, knowing him type guy. She's gonna like
What did you
jitter
say,
on the
Kendra?
inside. She's gonna jitter on the inside, be like, "Ooh, it's the fire guardian, Lou."
And just making predictions, yeah. You don't even
Well,
know.
she
You don't
knows-
really know which guardian he is, to be honest. You've never asked him which type he's guardian of,
There are 2 types, right? Rock and...
because he is 2 types. Yes, he's steel ground type.
Hey,
Not
hey,
still ground.
Forge Mess. No, we asked him when he when we asked him when he is when we asked for his name. We're like, what are you the guardian of? Steel types.
Did
His
he
name's
say
the
that?
fucking
Did he say
Forge
that?
Master.
I don't
Yeah.
remember him saying that. Maybe he did.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you know what?
Pretty
Checking my notes, she is in fact right. He has introduced himself as the steel master before.
Ah,
But Jerry does not know that information, to be fair. So Jerry might not want to ask, because I don't know if Jerry was there when that question was answered. So Jerry's curiosity peaked at this
Here's-
information.
It is indeed.
So how does
Master.
Jerry react? He goes,
What?
Oh, the little one. Yes, how can I help you?
I may be little, but I have a large heart. What kind of Pokemon guardian are you? You've never answered this question.
Oh, it's not something that is often asked of me. I'm so used to communicating with the select few who know the answer to that question already. I have domain over what you people refer to as the steel creatures of metal.
And Dimitri has the protector of grass, if I believe.
As Dimitri's just like waddled up behind, he's like, "That's right."
Forge Master, I'm sure you would be proud to hear Dimitri did very well on our extraction tonight. Everyone got out safe and sound, for the most part.
That's wonderful. I'm happy to see the young lad growing in his responsibility.
Dimitri, do you want to show off a little, friend?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you just met my friend Silver here. I'm sure Silver is has a very intellectual mind. I'm sure he'd very much appreciate you seeing you in your big boy form.
Oh, big boy farm. Oh, okay. I can do that.
And the Forge Master goes, "Oh dear, why do you encourage him?" So the ground, as per usual, will grow to meet Dimitri as he forms himself a shell from the world around him, and he begins to inflate to monstrous proportions. Though not the first time any of you have seen this, it is quite impressive. A large oak sprouts out of his back, and he begins to huff this bright white smoke from the internal body heat he's generating. Silver is very wide-eyed, sort of perplexed at something being able to change size so drastically, so quickly. And he's just like immediately walking over and kind of like looking him up and down, like he kind of does like a little hand wave to like smack one of the stones, thinking it's like an illusion. He's like, oh. There's this large puff of smoke and this vent of steam as Dimitri collapses back down to his regular size. He goes, ow.
Oh yeah, because it hurts.
The Forge Master will speak up and go, "You are very rash, young child. And young Kendra, you are not foolish, but rather ignorant. Primal reversion is very painful to one unaccustomed to the maneuver. Dimitri was only capable of it when he was adolescent or even baby because he did not know any better than what he was doing. It is as if a human flexing muscles they do not know they have. Only when you choose to exercise those muscles, you must feel the soreness. I do not know if my analogy is getting through to you."
Well, I was not expecting that. I apologize.
In a way, this is a good sign because it shows that our friend here, Dimitri, is becoming more accustomed to his power and deeper control thereof it. On the other hand, this is also an answer to your question as to why I personally have not taken my full form.
I'm sure Dimitri can heal you, but
Silver takes a minute to think about this, and he goes, and he sort of makes this little motion as he's like trying to like speak with his hands, but he's kind of like jittering as he's kind of excited. And the Forge Master goes, "You need to slow down, son. I do not understand you."
And he looks at you, Kendra, and he points to one of his Pokeballs, and he kind of puts his hands together in like a pleading motion. He's like, please, 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 please.
He points to one of my cookies?
No, he points to his own Pokeballs on his hip, and he's like, oh. He's all excited. He like has his hands together and like, oh.
I don't know what you're saying, Silver, but if you feel you gotta do something, just do it.
He's like he's like sitting there, and he's like, he looks like he's thinking really hard, like he really wants to do something, but he's not sure if he should. He runs over and he sort of grabs your hand, and he grabs your fist and he balls it up except for one finger, your pointer finger, and he puts it up to your lips as like a shh. And then he points at you and he runs his fingers, he pinches his thumb and his index finger together, and he runs them across his lips like a zipper. And then he points at Jerry, and he points at you too, Taz, and he does the zip it.
Kendra will just nod.
Tails not up into a lot of talking right now.
I was gonna say Jerry hasn't made a sound this entire time, so.
No, but he's not telling you guys to shut up. He so make an intelligence check, Tazzle and Kendra and Jerry, and we'll see who understands him.
Yep.
Oh, Tazzle absolutely understands him. You get what he's trying to say. You understand him. All right, all three of you understand what he's trying to say. He's asking you if you can keep something quiet if he shows you something. He's very excited, and he wants to show off something, but he needs all of you to make sure you don't say that he showed you.
Okay.
Kendra will just go, and she'll cross her fingers. And then hold out a pinky.
He's like pleading for all three of you to make him a promise that he won't tell that he showed you this.
I'm holding out my pinky, man.
And he points at Jerry and Taz. He goes,
I'll walk up and kind of like do like a kneeling bow to him.
And so he points at Taz and Kendra. He goes, thumbs up. And he points at you, Jerry. He goes,
Jerry's just gonna nod.
He goes, and he reaches down and he deploys one of his Pokeballs, and this fuck off dragon is just immediately present behind you, and it begins to let a roar, and he goes, and it immediately shuts up. He rolls.
Well, that's impressive.
He rolls his sleeve back a little bit, and there's this very chromatic stone inlaid on a silver band on his wrist. He points at it, and this is where he goes, shh, 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 shh. It's like, he kind of does a little finger waggle, like, no telling. And he reaches his fist up toward the water dragon that he just deployed, and there is this grotesque creaking and crackling sound followed by a little flash, and the dragon mutates into a new form.
Oh shit.
Holy
What the
shit.
fuck? That's cool as fuck.
Interesting.
I want it. Ah! It's fucking huge.
As the Forge Master goes, you have an exceptional friend with you. Who is this gentleman?
She's a leader of sorts.
It is very rare for a trainer to be capable of inducing such a transformation.
And here I was thinking Moopa was your fucking strongest Pokemon. Silver, you've been holding out.
He reaches two fingers out, and he does this just a little. He then gives a command to the giant water dragon, and he taps the crystal again, and it reverts back to its previous form. And you can see it is clearly unhappy with what Silver just did, and it kind of looks down and it scowls at him, and as it goes to bite him, he balls it back.
Goes to bite.
I'm like laughing. I'm like laughing a little bit. And then I remember, I'm just like, oh, Forge Master, I think I may have a friend for you.
As you deploy Dave, he starts to communicate with you. He's like, how did things go? And he stops mid-sentence as he meets eye contact with the Forge Master. And you can see Dave's mind is immediately dominated. As the Forge Master looks down at him, he goes, oh, apologies. I did not mean to exert that much influence. I was not aware you had a creature of metal with you. As the Forge Master sort of releases his hex, you can see Dave kind of shudder for a moment. He's like, ugh. And he looks over, he goes, why?
Sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen. Might appreciate seeing another of your kind, I guess.
He looks over and he goes, you can see, if you hear that little voice in the back of your head, he's like, see another of my type. Yes. See whatever the fuck that is. I'm not sure.
I'll be like, Dave, this is the Forge Master. He's the protector of the steel types.
Dave goes, with all due respect, sir, this is the most terrifying moment of my entire life.
Also, I figured you might want like to see a friendly face as I point at Silver
You point at Silver.
and Tassel.
Yeah, and as soon as Dave will
Out of
turn to
combat.
Dave will turn to recognize the two. He goes, hello! I haven't seen you since I was little. And Silver kind of puts together two little hands and does like a little golf clap, kind of celebrating the evolution.
Silver,
Dave?
you might be able to communicate with Dave better through to the rest of us. It is an option, but you'll have to ask his permission.
Dave looks over. He goes like, "What? I've already been talking to him."
Yes, but unfortunately, Dave and I will send some images showed us earlier.
Oh, he can't talk. See, I can never tell the difference.
Dave's like, "To me, none of you talk. Because I don't have ears."
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
He like lifts one of his arms up and he points at the side of his like body. He's like, "See, I don't have ears." And then he like reaches both of his hands down the bottom and he's like, or a mouth for that matter. He goes, I guess I don't talk either. Dave proceeds to get lost in a train of thought about the nature of his being.
1 second, guys. One of my fridges is leaking. I have to it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, go deal with it.
Hiatus. Meanwhile, Jerry and Tazzle, as Dave has become lost in a train of thought, what are the two of you thinking / wanting in this moment? It is the first time either of you has seen a creature get dominated by the guardian of its type.
Oh yeah, that was pretty weird.
This is a good point. I don't know.
Seeing that he's a very water type based trainer, it seems like I would have brought out Crawdon to come fucking hang out.
As soon as you bring out Crawdon, you can see Silver's like, and he leans down and looks at the little thing, and you can see that Crawdon immediately Kukulon immediately starts to get a little territorial, like, hey, oh, don't get in my face. And you can see Silver kind of tempts him. He like sticks his finger out flat and he goes to stick it in between the claws. And Kukulon's like, I'm gonna take it off. And Silver seems to be playing a game with him where he's like taking his finger like out of the thing's claws before it gets the chance to snap shut.
He's fucking, this is great. He's having a good time. He hasn't been out for so long, he needs to have some fun. What else do I have? As he's doing this, this is gonna be... Taz will walk up and try not to let Jerry or anybody really hear anything. So he'll try to walk up to Silver and kind of, as he's kind of messing around with Karna, he'll whisper and kind of talk about the visions he saw and tell him exactly.
What do you want to tell him? Because remember, Silver lived it, so he was there. What do you want to tell him about?
Well, should I tell him that the lady in the white dress, I haven't seen in a long time. Unless I'm going crazy, that's my aunt.
Silver hears you say that, and he puts like a curled index finger up to his lip in like the thinker position, and he seems to like think for a minute. And he looks at you, he looks you up and down, and he reaches his arm out flat in like a handshake. And he like nods his head toward it, like, come on.
Alright.
Do you offer your hand?
Last time he's gonna hesitate a little bit, but like last time I offered a handout, he will, but he'll slightly pull back. As last time he offered a handout, he got 6 teeth, but will probably still be shown. I'm guessing, unless they're still bandaged up completely.
You're pretty well bandaged up, but he's asking for a handshake. He wants you to like grab his hand.
Oh, I was gonna do like some kind of weird special shit. Yeah, he'll do that too, as much as he can.
Make a strength check as you make contact with his hand.
With my broken ass fucking self still. Alright, strength is just a +1, so it's kind of shitty. Okay. I'm horrible.
Okay. So he's not actively putting pressure into the handshake really at all. He's just kind of like letting you give him the, and he looks at your hand, and he reaches out with his other hand, and he makes like a squeezing motion, and he points at you, and he goes, and he grips his other hand as tight as he can, and like you can hear his like knuckles crack. He squeezes his hand tight, and he points at your hand and tells you to do it.
Alright, he'll do it. Do the same thing.
So he feels your natural strength score. Basically, what this is, he's like feeling how strong you are, and he sort of like motions for you to let go. He reaches down and he grabs like a small stone, like something you might skip, and he puts it into the palm of his hand. And you can see he like moves his fingers above it, and so like they're like positioned as like a clamp. He shows you the stone. He goes, and he closes his hand real quick, and you can see the stone split in half. And then he like moves his arm. He's very limber. He's limber enough that he can. I think Josh will appreciate this more than most. He's limber enough that he can almost rotate both of his shoulder blades to face backwards, and he shows like a visage of himself being like restrained and like lifted off the ground by his shoulders. And he like recalls like makes a rewind motion on his head, and he's like, and then he points to your hand, and he like flexes one of his arms, and he's like, really? He like puts a finger up to his lip, like, really?
Did he say anything about
what?
Remember how you said it's bigger?
Sorry, I missed that again. Is she cutting out for anyone else?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so when we first got the Crawdon, we were told that he's bigger than normal.
Oh well,
Captured
Silver
and
can't talk,
deal.
so
Yeah.
he hasn't really
Oh, he
drawn.
can talk through Dave.
He hasn't really
There are
drawn too
children
much.
who do it.
He can talk through Dave, but he hasn't really made the effort to like psychically communicate through Dave yet. But he hasn't really shown any concern that Crawdon is much bigger than normal. I mean, you two could draw the insight that he is kind of a connoisseur of abnormal water type Pokemon, so Crawdon is not spectacularly unusual for Silver. He's just a big Crawdon. Which, for the astute among you, or for the like Kendra who know how stupid the crocodile trick is, makes it terrifying that he was sticking his hand in that thing's claw.
Yeah, it's like that.
As Kendra's talking to the Forge Master, she'll see this and throw Thickman Jones out to go play with Crawdon.
I see. Big Man Jones is not the brightest. He'll watch the game that Silver's playing, and as Silver turns around to talk to Tazzle, you can hear Thickman Jones do oh! And you look back and his flipper's just stuck. As Crawdon just has a hold of one of his flippers.
Thickman Jones.
Silver just turns back. Puts like his thumb in his like. He does the like grab his forehead and kind of looks down and shakes his head. And he kind of like does it. He does like a little limp wrist wave. And it's like, they're fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah. He's forced to fight everything.
Silver will do this little moment where he's like, he kind of points at Dave for a minute, and he does this little motion where you can see he's like trying to communicate with Dave. He goes, "Oh," and then all of you hear this like voice, which is Dave talking very quietly in your head. He's like, "Oh, Silver wants you to know that species is very territorial. He does not hate you and is not upset at you. He just perceives the square that he's standing on as his territory in that moment."
Talking about Crawdon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like because he moves around so much, he just makes wherever he's deployed his new home, and he protects his home.
Makes sense. Sounds good.
Silver also suspects that he might be slightly brain damaged.
The Crawdon?
Yeah.
And if I hear this, I'll say, well, he did escape from those void
He says his reaction time is a little bit slower than he would expect for a creature of his age.
Yeah, he escaped from the labs and from the void labs. He broke out somehow.
Silver looks very frustrated at the mention of the void labs. And he kind of like reaches down with his pointer finger and his thumb, and he starts kind of rubbing his neck.
Yeah, I'm not very happy with them either. I almost died once, and I'll show him the leg mark too from way back. This was just a grunt, but still, they have some nasty stuff.
He sees the mark, and he recognizes the type of weapon that made that mark, and he goes, ah. He kind of like gives you the sympathetic pat, and then he points at his neck again. He's like,
yeah. And now I'm finding out more of what my family have been doing. I also have a few cousins that have some strange mutation I don't understand. I don't know if you've met them before. They're obviously daughters of the wonderful Auntie Alcina. But they wear all black, and they can get all smoky and...
Jerry, do you have anything to say during this? Are you just kind of sitting there quietly? Because Kendra's talking to the Forge Master / Dave. Tazzle's busy with Silver. What are you up to?
Okay, so Jerry's just sort of... He's just sort of quietly observing and absorbing.
Okay.
And trying to figure out how best to deal with the head that's now in his beard.
I see. Well, I asked because Jerry, you will also see at this point. I think Kendra is probably a little distracted, but Tazzle, as you mentioned, the sisters, he kind of has this moment, and he lifts a little bit of that like long sleeve that he's wearing. He kind of lifts it up a little bit, and he lifts it up to the point where you can see his like upper arm, and there's very distinct like claw marks on his arm.
Did they attack you too?
He gives you like a head shake.
Is there any way I could show him the bites on me, or no?
I mean, you can just pull your bandages back, yeah.
Bandage back? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. A little bit.
So as he sees all the bites, he goes, "Oh."
Yeah. I don't know what they want. I don't know what their long-term goal is. I don't know what they've done the last 10 years, but trying to figure that out. I don't know, maybe I can change them back. I don't know if there's a cure for that stuff. I don't know. I don't know if they want to kill me. I don't know if they care. Who knows?
Because this is something I don't think this is something they know happened to you, but that you haven't had the opportunity to like really deep dive into. So I'm wondering if Kendra or Jerry wants to interject, seeing Tazzle talking about this injury again.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, Jerry is gonna interject. He's gonna hobble on over and break the silence for the first time in a while, and just sort of, kind of concerningly scowl towards Tazzle and just sort of quietly inquire, "How did you get those again?"
My cousins gave them to me during our big fight with Death. We weren't really sure how to beat him. Stuff didn't seem like it was working. So I asked them if they knew any ways to defeat him. And they gave me an idea. But it came at a price. That was a
What?
big price. Apparently.
Jesus.
What kind of cousins do you have that demand a blood price?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. I haven't really seen them in a decade. So what they are, what they're doing is all new to me.
Your cousins like they suck.
I know. They weren't always like that. Especially Cassandra.
What happened? Do you know why
I don't.
they're like this now?
I have no idea. When I was a kid, my parents disappeared. They left. They said I was supposed to be left with my aunt and my cousins. We were very close. And within like a week or so, they all just disappeared too. They all left. I don't know where they went, what happened. Just fucking gone. But I think I told Kendra about the labs, right? When he was a kid. I think I told her about that.
I'll just yeah.
Told her a little something about it, I think so, yeah?
We did like a quick thing. Okay, good. But yeah, I guess I'll update Jerry, and well, my aunt brought me to bring your kid to work day, and knowing I'm an only child, she brought me to be nice about it. I saw some really messed up things in their labs. And I'll go through the different visuals and stuff without spending 20 minutes doing it. And
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I didn't really realize anything being that young. I didn't really know what was going on. I thought it was kind of strange, but as I got older, I started realizing there was something nasty going on in that place. And then they disappeared. So, as I said, as I got older, I kind of figured, what is she doing? What are they doing there? That's apparently severely negative to Pokemon. And maybe even people. I don't know. So I'm basically just on the mission to try to shut that down. Protect what I can. and help whoever I can. But apparently my own family are all part of it now. I don't know how they got that way. So, yeah, I've basically been abandoned for the last decade.
Do you know what they're after? What their goal is?
No, I literally have no idea. I just know my aunt was working there, and I don't know if she's very high ranking or what. I don't know where Cassandra Bella and Daniela got their abilities, their mutations, or what. I don't know if it's curable.
What mutations and abilities? You still haven't said what they can do. What did they do that demanded a blood price?
Oh yeah, you've never seen them do their thing.
Kendra will cut Jerry off and be like, dude, one thing at a time. We're not fucking asking you why you went on a all the time. Why you almost fucking got yourself killed because this was trying to talk to you.
You could.
Give the guy a break.
Jerry's just gonna grumble.
I don't know, they're very strong.
Does Silver react at all to the words
Silver
when we
is
battled death?
Silver is just kind of like trying to accept what you guys are saying. He's just kind of sitting there with like, he's got his lip kind of in the crux between his thumb and his pointer finger. He's like, He kind of like, he thinks about it for a moment and he realizes he doesn't have any good way to say this. He kind of like ushers over to Dave. He's like, Dave's like, okay. Oh, okay. Do I say this to everybody? Okay. Silver thinks that the Red Lady is related to your family, not like related, but like why they are the way they are.
So she's like the base starter of the. Okay, so she's where they got their powers from. I wonder how they did that.
Silver kind of mocks the motion that the Red Lady was making earlier with like the laser beams and shit. He's doing like this like very crude imitation of her.
So actually, Tazzle wouldn't have known what he was doing in the hospital near death when he got those claws and stuff too, because he was basically just fucking losing his shit.
Yeah, you were out of it during all that crap.
Okay. And Kendra wouldn't have seen it either because it was in the back, I think. Alright,
It was a very brief moment that faded very quickly based on your saves.
Right. I mean, I think... I don't know, their bites do something. I don't know if it's just one and done. I don't know if it's when you're near death. I think I got infected for a little bit, but somehow pulled out of it. I don't know what it was, but it felt like shit.
We're glad you...
But I couldn't really hear anything but like everything in my own body blood related.
Like the pumping. It was like the pumping of your own heart in your ears, basically.
Yep. And I'll explain to him that whole ordeal that I could, to a point, remember.
Yeah. For lack of a better description, Tazzle will recount this feeling of essentially a matter of superhuman hearing that you can't control, and the closest sound to your ears is your own heartbeat and breathing, which would become deafening if you didn't know how to tone it out.
Is there any way you can contact your cousins? Do you have any form of communication with them?
Why would he want to do that, Jerry?
I don't know.
Kendra will just roll her eyes.
I don't know. I've been planning on calling up Cassandra to have some breakfast and catch up someday. I don't even know if they even like pancakes.
I'm not talking about friendly gathering. It's just useful information.
Yeah, I mean, I have thought of that too. That's actually one of my first things I'm wanting to do if the relationship is still even there. Me and Cassandra are extremely close. She's basically my best friend. So, I don't know. But after 10 years, they never came back to find me. So I don't know. I don't know how they feel. I could try. I do want to try. I feel like there's a level where they will help, but they have their own requirements and wants.
This is something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
This is something to possibly prepare for or start preparing for.
And I don't think they would be giving information easily without the price I paid previously.
Hence the preparation.
We need more bags. I'm so
But I don't know. I don't know if
Bad, naughty, chaotic, evil answer.
I don't know if because yeah. If a lot of stealing. I don't know if mine is because we're related. I don't know if it's like some kind of deficiency thing, or because we're related, my blood's better than others. I don't know. Like a better steak than others. If you get what I'm saying.
Kendra's just gonna gag at that, like.
Yeah.
Gross.
I know. next
Jerry's
time
just gonna say, "I do know what you're saying," and give him a wink.
Jesus.
Kendra's just gonna silently whisper, "I hate you."
Provocative, oh boy.
Why do you try to tear this team apart? I'm a friendly cannibal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Tell doesn't really know what to say. He's just kind of like giving them the people's eyebrow. I don't know.
Again, no reaction. Tells us saying, "When we fought death."
I mean, there's only so much shit that one person can take in at once. You guys are doing a very good job of causing Silver to be desensitized to random bullshit right now.
Oh, yeah. Because it became like a group thing, so we're all just kind of like updating.
And his line of work, too, a lot of people, Silver kind of like, how do you put this, right? You would get the impression that a lot of people would refer to themselves by that moniker sort of like very arrogantly in his past. It's like a very egotistical thing to call yourself Death. So he doesn't really believe that you're talking about the actual cosmic representation of it. You know.
Yeah, so he hasn't really met that kind of deal.
He isn't really registering that it's actually you actually interact with a concept of the world.
Oh, I just had another thought. I'm gonna tap on Lance so that way he.
You're gonna tap on Lance to come out?
Again, they're both steel types.
Yeah. So Lance, having been asleep for this entire time, will finally just decide to awaken as he pops out. And similar effect to what happened to Dave a minute ago. As soon as Lance pops out, he's immediately paralyzed, just almost falls to the ground, lacking the ability to levitate himself. He goes, "You really must warn me not to scare your steel-type friends."
I don't have a.
I will keep that in mind.
Go back.
Once again, as the Forge Master releases his eyes off of Lance, he's able to float back up again. And Lance gets like right up in your face. He's like, "The fuck?"
Sorry. I just wanted to meet you. Have you met Dave? You may have met.
Did they?
He like hovers over. He like hovers over to Dave. And he's like, He sort of offers a rather awkward little like handshake to Dave, little tassel shake. He's like, "Hello."
I think he met Nickelback in the caves, didn't he?
I think so.
I don't think Nickelback gave a fuck though. He's like eating something.
I think.
I remember
I don't know if he was
Nickelback
bald, I
wanting
don't
to eat him. Remember Nickelback wanting to eat him?
Oh yeah, he
Because
instantly
they
fucking
just-
evolves. Like, yeah.
I think Nickelback perceived him as just another piece of metal.
Yeah, he's that. That's how he would be.
But him and Dave seem to be getting along relatively well, as they're like, "You exist. Interesting."
I figured they'd like each other. Actually,
They bonded through their muscles.
their brain.
Lance sort of like glances around. He's like, "Too many interesting people. I'm going back to sleep."
But yeah,
You kind of overwhelmed him. He's like, I don't have time to meet all of these people. I don't want to." You lazy bastard!
She'll just tap. I was gonna say, I was little chick gonna have her scabbard be like lazy bones.
He just kind of like partially opens his eye and is like, "Eh," like a minor scowl. Like, "No, I don't want it."
it's very informational.
Not even if it's not on. Yeah. Yes. It has.
Yeah, I
A lot
don't
of
even know
shit
if
to
they
take in
knew
here.
what would them biting me would have caused what it did. I don't know if they knew that or not. I don't know.
I'm gonna assume they did.
Right. But I mean, if it's fresh blood they want, I mean, wouldn't that cause? I would guess it would cause a tainted effect to it. I don't know.
Question. One I do not wish to find out.
Yeah, that's true too. So I wonder if the abilities are due to those worms.
What abilities?
I want to find out.
They're changing their infection, mutation, whatever it is that they.
No, I feel like it's tracking. Way of controlling
I was
them.
thinking it was track too, but
I was gonna say, 'cause I'm pretty sure their plates is what makes it so they can mega evolve. But
been pretty good tonight. What is it? Are you talking about the Guardians? Or are you talking about the Red Lady?
I'm saying, pretty sure the plates is what makes them mega. Just like a tracking system.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a way to control them somehow. Do we have worms?
That's what I'm wondering.
Kendra says. Kendra says she
have
like
worms?
pats herself down.
Do we have
This is the
worms?
first-
She, like,
Jerry,
pats herself.
Jerry pipes up and just says, "I've got worms."
Some Perfecto, please?
I enjoy that this is the first time that question has come up since Silver located 2 of them.
Yeah.
As soon as Jerry says that, Kendra's like, "Oh, Jerry, we all."
I'll just pull
meant
one
the
out of
red
my beard and
ones.
eat it.
Ew.
It's true to the character. Hush.
It's like the eyeball pops out and he eats that by accident.
Nasty.
Whoops. Didn't mean to do that.
That's very nasty. Oh
Jerry's
god.
not supposed to make people comfortable.
God. Stuff I
Kendra,
What?
Silver?
If my-
Silver will perceive your question, by the way. He perceives this as a very important question. He's like, oh. And he kind of snaps out of the trance of thinking. He walks over and he does this same motion where he starts his hands with the back of his palms touching each other. He brings them up and then he snaps them down with the palms facing the ground again. And as he sits there and thinks for a minute, and he looks at you and he snaps that knife forward. And he seems to grab a piece of your skin right above your shoulder. And it hurts like a son of a bitch. It's like a giant needle going into your skin. He plucks. And there's this little red squirm in his fingers.
Oh my god, I'm gonna pull the hat off and I'm gonna start like looking around like I'm looking for a tick.
Kendra's just gonna grab the worm and look at it and be like, "How, where, and when?"
Once again, Silver will first go and kill it, and then he'll proceed to do these like weird mockeries of the laser, like.
If this was just now, I have no idea how this.
So he does this. He does this thing where he summons Dave over again, and he does this thing where he puts his hands together and he goes like. He does this little like forgiveness. He's like, "Please forgive me for this," and he grabs Dave and Dave goes, "Oh, okay. Do you all consent to being shown an image?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Silver like projects through Dave into your minds this very quick flash. It's like a still shot of her firing one of these beams, and it like zooms in on it like a fucking forensic show, and you can see that the actual beam is very thin, and rotating around it is this stream of these little worms.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I feel
that's
like
so
I'm in-
horrible.
I feel like I'm in the Psych movie. It's like shit.
That's fucking disgusting.
That's
Hi.
gross.
So now we're even more glad we didn't get hit by one of those fucking.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's why Jazzle's gonna be checking his hat and his head like he's looking for a tick.
I'm just envisioning like an exploding Halo hunter.
Yeah.
That's,
If anyone has
horrific.
actually played the Halo series, they're at Flood Spores.
Oh no, not the flood spores, the hunters, the Covenant hunters.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
also
like worms.
Yeah, but those
Yeah.
worms are massive. So it's a little bit.
Right, those
These
are
are
big
little-
worms. Those are thick.
A little bit different, but
But yeah, that's a kind of a good mental image. It's like a bunch of Anyway,
It's cool shit.
yeah. So you that Silver's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Kendra's gonna point to Jerry and Taz will be like, "Please check them and all of our month." Yeah.
I look at my hat as it's covered in red worms.
Jerry's just gonna strip on the spot.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's just gonna kind of do like a full strip tease, make it a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
I have
checking
a
all this
love-hate relationship with Jerry.
stuff.
Your character hates him, but you love him.
So we
Taking the boots off, the vest.
Twirling
He
the
makes
mustache.
my life. He makes my life so difficult, but these moments are priceless.
Uh huh.
So
He's got the
Silver
beard
takes-
over his shoulder like a scarf. He's just slowly taking the shirt up and off.
It's worth noting, by the way, that you can't remove your hat, so you have to like tear the shirt around the top
Oh
hat.
yeah. Because it won't move.
So I just imagine his like
It's like
his
when your
his
shirt's
poncho
stuck
and his long sleeve shirt are like stuck on his hat, and his pants are just dropped around his ankles, and you can just see that Silver's like,
I'll start
He just,
taking
like,
a couple
oh.
things off too.
Jerry's gonna look over at Silver and just kind of give him a wink and just make like intimate eye contact this entire time.
Silver's making every effort to not look in your direction. He kind of looks at you, Kendra, and he points at his hip with his Pokeballs, and he kind of goes, and he makes a little like motion, like a little display his hands out motion.
Okay.
He does this like little finger thing where he's like rotating his finger like faster.
Neve. Oh Jesus, giant Neve.
Why is Nevi so big?
I don't know.
Oh, because his scale is just fucked up. He's not big. He's just he has to take up one square, and because he's little, they made him like take up the whole square.
This is not my usual squad. Those would be the ones. But I'll check. I'll have Lance come out again, and Thick mentions.
So he's gonna take the time to gather everyone who wants to be checked in a circle. He like begrudgingly has Jerry stand over like farthest away from him. It's like he gets everyone in a circle. He's like, anybody who was out during the beams, he wants out right now.
Yeah,
I'll
so-
tap on Lance Hunter. 'Cause even though he was sheathed, I still checked. Was sheathed.
Okay.
I don't think
So you get-
anybody out.
He gets everybody out who wants to be checked at the same time. He gathers you all in a little circle. Is this it? He kind of like looks around. And he goes,
I'll
gives
get to a
thumbs
shot.
up. Like, he's like, is this everybody? Is everybody? You pulling somebody else out?
I think so. I think the only other person I had out during that whole thing mainly was Kulchana.
Jerry,
I'm
you got.
still
Well,
having
he was
everybody.
already part of the huddle. Jerry, you got everybody. You got everybody you want checked.
I missed him in that cluster over there.
Jerry, you got everyone you want checked out? Is it just your naked self? Oh, it's Asmodeus. Aha! I was trying to catch you on that, by the way. I'm glad you caught that. I would have brought that up next week. Anyway, now that everybody who was out during the attacks is out, he does that same motion. He starts with his hands by his stomach, with the back of his hands touching. He lifts them up past his face till they separate, slams them down with the palms facing the ground. This time he takes a very deep breath, and he lifts his hands back up partially, and you start to see visibly the trace of flowing water off of his hands. And there are just these jets that just spring out toward everyone in the circle, just very precisely. These little jets of water go and hit a spot, like a little needle on everybody. They hit a spot, and if you trace where the end of that needle is on each person who he hadn't checked yet, he has impaled a little red worm.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
It is worth noting on the steel types, it was not able to burrow into them. It was just kind of hiding. On Lance, it was in the tassel. In Dave, it was just on his little frickin' nose thing. It was underneath of it.
Like a burger hanging out.
Sort of, yeah. And Asmodeus is similar. He's a mud golem, so there wasn't very much for it to get. It was just kind of under one of his cracks instead of inside of him. but he succeeded in checking everyone. He'd already checked Dimitri, but he successfully checked everyone now, and found that, yeah, most people had in fact been infected with whatever this parasite was.
Do you know how we can prevent this from happening again?
He takes a moment to kind of think for a second, and then he makes like the play motion of running away.
That's what we do.
Yeah, but like if you know, it's just.
Are these worms currently dead now?
Yeah, you get the impression that all the ones that he interacted with are dead.
Jerry wants them.
Jerry would be able to run around and collect the dead worms, yeah?
Jerry grabs them, puts them into the beard.
Okay, you have a pile of, what is that, like 10 or 12 of these dead worms. Some of which are squished, some of which are impaled.
These will come in handy later.
Let's go fishing.
He takes a moment to think about how you could prevent them without just not being around. And he shrugs for a moment, but then he goes, and he makes like a little finger gun and he points it at his head and goes,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I would like to not dead.
he like finger wags. He's like, He like finger wags, points at you, and goes and does the little neck thing. Like, no. Then he points it out over at Taz and goes.
The poison darts.
He's like, He kind of does the so-so.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check. Shit. See what he's doing. +3. I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, you don't really understand what he's trying to tell you.
Kendra's just like, you're trying to tell me I should kill myself? Like,
He's like,
damn, bro.
No.
Jerry's gonna interject, be like, I've tried, but it's not a fun time.
Fucking all heads whip around.
I was like,
You just get like,
people try to kill me.
you
It's
just get
the
like,
beach all over again. It's the beach all over again.
Yeah, that'd be I'm dead, murder.
you just
I feel
get
like
these.
that's the. I feel like that's something we should roll a
They never
charisma check
took me
on.
fishing. My parents were killed.
My parents are dead. Oh man, you just get this thing where fucking Silver just has his hand like firmly over his lips, like. Oh. But he takes a moment and he's like, and he runs over and he like, to his dismay, which pisses him off deeply, he goes and he picks up Crawdon and he holds Crawdon over his head like a hood, and Crawdon's like, I hate this, I'm going to kill you, and he's like holding Crawdon like a hood. He goes and he kind of points to himself and he tosses Crawdon down. He goes.
Kendra just like opens her arms. She's just like, "What do you want from me? I get what you're fucking saying."
He does like a little face palm on his forehead. He's like, ah. And he points at your belt and he points at Dave's Pokeball.
Oh no, momentum. Dave.
What's that? What? What? Wow, I wasn't here. What's going on? Ow.
Silver needs you. Sorry, I accidentally put you back. Nah.
You need to talk again?
Worm thing happened. Yeah.
Oh. That's dark. He says, run away, or maybe if you kill her.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Do you think if we kill her, it will cure the rest of?
He gives you like he gives you a little handshake, like, maybe.
Like the
Kendra with his...
like a master vampire, you have to kill the master to usually break away from him or something.
He kind of like tilts his head back and forth, like, more or less.
Kendra, finally hearing the word vampire, should just turn around, look over at Tassel, and she'd be like, "What? You said they were weird. You didn't say they were fucking vampires, dude."
I missed that. Hang on.
I don't know
What's that?
what they are.
They're
but-
vampires? If they're vampires, are they? Is it contagious? You've been bitten once.
Where
Every
have
time.
you been? He already said that.
Yeah, he probably didn't
Jerry's
see
a-
the effects, right? I mean, he saw me.
Jerry is a
having
raging alcoholic, so yeah, he kind of didn't pick up on that.
Fair enough.
He's been bit. He's been bit 3 times for lack of.
in one round. Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be Cassandra, but no, the other dude decided to join in.
Huh. And you didn't turn?
I
Interesting.
don't know if I was just lucky, we got to the hospital in time, or what, but I don't know. I couldn't hear much of anything. My face was killing me. My arms were
Silver?
killing me.
So,
Silver
out
takes a
of-
moment. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, out of character, Jerry might start to look into vampiric effects.
I mean, he might. He could. Although it's going to be very hard for someone who's not technically alive already to become vampiric.
Is Jerry technically dead?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're a ghost.
Ghost type? I didn't realize I was dead.
You turn into smoke.
Oh, that's dope. All right, cool.
You are not technically alive.
Is Jerry a premonition?
Wait, hang on.
Rattle damage.
Am I just a punishment sent to haunt them for their sins?
He's more like
Is he in
What
purgatory
sins
right
have
now?
I done? It's
Are we
so
in
more of a-
purgatory?
If I'm sent to punish them, that makes this so much more fun for me.
he's more of a shade. You're not necessarily here to punish them, but
Or
Arceus does have a sense of humor when it comes to matching people up.
Oh, this is. I'm gonna lean into this a little harder next game.
So out of character, what people have sort of one of the long running threads here that you get hinted at every once in a while when you talk to someone important is that a large part of the reason that you are in the situations you're in is because you guys are kind of being played with, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
So some cosmic power somewhere finds it entertaining to force Jerry upon you two.
Oh, this is good.
He's like a revenant.
Yeah, in a way.
She's what are the things from Harry Potter?
And the way that you two are bound to Dementor, and the way that you two are bound to this world because you're bound to your bodies. Jerry is bound to a body,
Yeah.
but it's not as corporeal as a human body. Basically, put it this way: you two got here because you were yoinked. You two got here because you were stolen from your world. Now you're here. Jerry got here because he died.
Alcoholism.
What?
I mean, technically
Nope.
revenants-
Quick
revenants-
little character development. I offed myself. Okay, I will get back
Okay,
on that.
I wasn't going to reveal the nature of your death, but I was just adding the context there that Jerry got here through a different vehicle than you did.
Okay, my bad.
But
Now
that's
you
up to
guys
you
know.
to reveal. That's up to you to reveal at your own leisure. Feel free to reveal as you please. But yes, Jerry got here through a different vehicle than you did. He's not technically here with his own body, which is why the smoke form is possible.
What the fuck? He's in purgatory. This is
Revenants are also, I believe, beings that in D&D specifically that are sent back to do a mission, and then when they're done, they go back to the spirit world.
Like we may or may we're encroaching upon long-standing topics here. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yes, that's my. Before we end today's session, that was my little bit of like, oh, that's a thing for you guys. Is Jerry is not technically alive as is, so he can't really become vampiric.
Jesus Christ.
Because vampiric is a state of being where something that's supposed to be alive is like sort of pseudo suspended in death, and Jerry is already kind of dead, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, Yeah, because it was the undead. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a little disappointing, but okay. Oh yeah, Jerry's no longer chaotic neutral. He's just evil. That's okay.
Yeah, yes, very. He has
Especially after
shifted
that head
down.
popping.
down.
Jerry, you were never chaotic neutral. You were always a chaotic evil. Do not tell me why.
I think he was neutral evil before, and he has sort of added some chaos.
Yeah, once he chopped that head off, it was all over. That's
Important to note, you guys don't know I've done that yet.
That's true. These two are totally. This conversation probably would be happening very differently if they did.
That is true.
As a player, it would be pretty cool to be a vampire. That would be cool.
But so that is probably going to be the end of our session today, though. We've left off on that note. We got lots for everybody to chew on today.
Silver's alive.
Silver is alive but permanently disfigured. Jerry has a terrible secret he's keeping from the group. And we've learned...
The head or the death?
We all are.
Well, Jerry has multiple terrible secrets he's keeping from the group, I guess. But add another one to the list.
Tazzle has spilled his guts to everyone.
Tazzle has opened quite a bit up, including to Silver, for that matter.
I mean, who's Silver gonna tell?
That's fucked
Jesus
up.
Christ.
That's fucked up.
You can't yell at me about the head and then make a joke like that.
No, that's fucked up. This man,
no remorse for any of the fucked up shit I've done.
This man just saved all y'all's life, and then you do him dirty like that.
You could tell everybody was star me, I guess.
You just did that man so dirty for no reason.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I fucking know.
That was a great pun. You can't even be bad.
Next episode.
Oh, that was good. That was good. It was fucked. It was good.
It was good. It was good timing. Poor guy.
I'm just upset you didn't think.
The poor guy.
He lost his fucking front of his throat.
But little did we, what we did learn about Silver today is, despite the fact that he is mute, we have learned that even without his ridiculous water type Pokemon, he is kind of something of a character in and of himself.
He's a funny guy.
Ripped as shit, flowing water fist bullshit.
I find it funny how we're in Orco. None of us decided to go and check on the family that we just...
Well, technically, you guys never even made it to Orbro. You actually just got into the woods outside of Eternia, and then you summoned the big guy.
Oh.
So we're not even that far away. We're just fucking around.
You're kind of just out in the forest, but I mean, they have enough to deal with back home, including the red bitch going psycho.
Yeah. Oh no! All those lasers. Probably everybody in there is infected now.
You're assuming that everybody in Void wasn't already infected.
Nah, it's true too. I don't know what I'm saying.
See, I wasn't murdering. I was taking out a parasite. Barry's actually lawful good.
Collateral damage.
You guys don't even know the nature of these parasites yet.
Lops her head off. I saved you from the parasite.
Sees a Paris, rips it in half.
They're dead anyway.
Parasite.
Actually, he chops their head off, and then the fucking parasite just inches away and escapes.
Oh, it's so wrong.
I put you out of your misery, woman. Whack.
You killed the boy. Actually, the woman was traumatized.
Oh, that's true. I wasn't really paying attention when I was swinging.
Keyword, boy. Child.
I didn't say child. I didn't say child. That's a whole other connotation.
Yeah, I didn't kill that child. I killed someone my age. We're good.
We're
mid-20s.
No, not your age, Jerry.
Jerry's like, that makes that so much worse.
You killed a troubled teenager who ran away from home and just wanted to be a part of something.
Yeah,
you just wanted to be a part of something. You don't know.
I
He
chopped
was
his throat and then said, "Oh, that
he
didn't come
was-
off," and went back
he
and
was
did it again.
earning money for the hospital with cancer, dying alone.
He was the only good one in the group in the enemy team, and you just killed him.
Oh, you
And it
killed
felt
the
good, too.
you killed the 21-year-old who peaked in high school and just wanted to feel special again.
Oh, well, then I did a favor. We're good.
No.
I'm going to hell.
Lifelong partner, just
Say we
watch
see.
them
Where
die.
Jerry apparently came from.
Oh, good. Jerry just created another supervillain. Fantastic.
Oh, the girl? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It's good.
Well, we found Jerry's arch nemesis now.
I'm looking for that smoke, bitch.
He didn't
Oh, man.
have one before. I had Clay, Tazzle had his family. Now Jerry has the one woman.
You know, I was
Jerry
actually
has
thinking
the lady who had no friends except for that one person.
that. Oh no,
Oh,
that's
You
so.
killed her only
There-
friend in the world.
Jerry's going to have to
When
adopt the
everyone
rule of no
else abandoned her.
survivors.
This
Oh,
is
Jesus.
so dark. This got so dark.